into this conflict with America. It's a very complex situation in Europe economically. There's a lot there. So they also, have sentiments that they feel like America has done them wrong in the last 100 years, and blaming the U.S. for their economic policies, et cetera, et cetera. So.
But what's the specific information that we're trying to figure out regarding Europe? And the question, what is there anything in specific you want clarification on regarding this PSYOP thing, and is the world delusional? In some ways, yes, there is a mental infection in the world, and that mental infection involves some sort of guilt towards certain terrorists, like Hezbollah or Hamas or I don't know, name another one, Al Qaeda or ISIS. But the world doesn't like terrorists, and that includes Hamas and Hezbollah. But obviously, people don't want to risk their lives in order to get rid of them.
But who's the terrorist is the question.
Hezbollah and Hamas. I just told you. But Al Qaeda and ISIS.
There are terrorist states as well, right?
No, that is not correct. By definition, that is not. By definition, that is not right.
Hold on, you started with Europe, and you're now
hold on. No, are you saying that it is impossible for a terrorist state to exist?
No, I'm saying there's no such thing. That's not the definition of terrorism. If you don't know the definition of terrorism, we can read it to you. It includes the words non-state actors. So that's for number one.
Hold on. So when a state cannot operate and use terrorism, sir?
A state cannot be a terrorist because the definition of terrorism is non-state actor. What's your next question? Unless you want to go in circles a few more times. I mean, I haven't ridden the merry-go-round since I was a little kid, but it sounds like you want to go on one. So what's your next question? And what's the PSYOP?
Yeah, I challenged the definition of terrorism.
Just look it up.
You started with an interesting question, which was MJ expanding on what he saw or heard in Europe.
I agree. And I thank you for directing this, Pete. Your cool head and your focus. So what's the PSYOP? What's the world's delusion? What are we talking about here? Or is this another endless hall of mirrors? MJ, I'll mute up. What did you want to say?
I'm seeing that the information across the continent.
What's the information? That was a question.
Right. The understanding of the genocidal acts being committed by the state of Israel.
Nobody is saying that Israel's committing genocide. That is incorrect.
No, well, okay.
By definition.
Well, he's saying that he saw a lot of pro-Palestinian, protest, demonstration, support for the Palestinian state, anti-Israel sentiment when he
now you understand the PSYOP. The PSYOP is many allegations of genocide, which is absolutely ridiculous. No one even actually claims that. Now the new claims are that it was a Zionist plot to call it genocide. Because not only is there absolutely no possibility of Israel eliminating the Palestinians, they've actually grown. Evidence that Israel has ever targeted civilians, and there's lots of evidence that Israel has been avoiding civilians, hence that took 3 years to kill 70,000 people. So this abundance of allegations, which is getting you to say, well, there's still narratives, what's happening in Europe, why are people saying that? That's the PSYOP. Welcome to the PSYOP. You can't give me a shred of evidence that Israel has targeted.
Well, hold on. Don't these European nations have strict guidelines as to to prevent misinformation from being circulated throughout?
I don't know.
Are you saying that? Hold on. Are you saying that given those institutions that are within these nations to prevent misinformation from being disseminated through their media, are you saying that the states are part of the PSYOP? The British state, the French state, and the Italian state, these states are.
I am telling you that this is another distraction because you can't answer the actual question.
No, I'm asking you do understand that these nations have institutions that prevent misinformation from being disseminated within their media.
Okay, this conversation will go a lot farther.
No, that was very important.
No.
Are you aware that these institutions exist?
Okay, MJ, this conversation will go a lot faster if you respond to what's being said as opposed to trying to reframe the conversation in a way that you're used to these conversations going.
I was asked what I saw in Europe. I'm sorry.
So MJ, listen carefully.
I was asked that question.
MJ, listen carefully.
By moderators.
MJ, listen carefully. I'm a moderator, and so is Pete. Listen carefully. You cannot find me a shred of evidence that Israel has attacked a civilian. The fact that there's multiple allegations, the fact that the states that you're claiming would either prevent it, haven't prevented the false allegations, does not get to the heart of the issue. So once again, we're going to swim in these waters of you saying they're allegations, they're in Europe, Europe prevents this, don't they? Fact checkers, but you haven't provided a shred of evidence because no one has, because it doesn't exist. So that is the psyop. The fact that you fell for it, I might feel bad for you. I'm sorry. But multiple allegations without evidence doesn't make it stronger. That just makes it a bunch of noise.
No, but what I'm asking you,
I
do you
think
feel
the
as though
problem is that MJ doesn't know
I'm
what
asking a simple
genocide
question.
is.
I'm
Hang on a
asking,
second.
if
I
it's
know,
a
Yeah,
I know,
let's just
I know,
answer
I know,
MJ's
I know.
question. It's an easy question to answer. So, like, do they have stricter rules on what you can publish and not publish in France, for example? Yes. Okay. But does that necessarily mean that they are the arbiter of truth and the objectivity in the world? No. And do you know what, for example, okay, how about this? Does the US push propaganda around the world?
Yes.
MJ?
Of course.
absolutely.
Right, and does Russia?
Of course.
And China. Okay, yes. So we're on the same page there. Do you know what Duganism is?
Danny
You know, what's
Dubenstein.
do?
Yeah, he's the guy who
Okay.
killed his the Ukrainians killed his daughter deservedly. So, Alexander Dugin, the
Dugin is kind of like an
Svengali of,
advisor to Putin, and he
Putin,
pushes a lot of like Eurasianist type of philosophy, very in line with, you know, Putin's foreign policy and Russia's foreign policy about how the natural state of Europe would be to align with Russia, and that a solidified like Iran and China would be great for Russia and the European economy, and Germany could, you know, use its manufacturing, and Russia could use its vast resources. And if it weren't for the big bad America, then, you know, France would be strong, like they're meant to be, right? And so that is very, very attractive to French people, to German people, in a period where they feel kind of castrated by Americans, under the thumb of Americans, et cetera, while their economy is failing. And so that is why you will see a lot of pro-Russian kind of talking points. Some of it's organic, and some of it is fanned, you know, by Russian influence and money. For example, Candace Owens works with a very populist guy named Xavier Poussard in France. They are full on Duginists. They just had a conference with Putin and Dugin in Russia like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. But a psyop
$10 says he didn't hear a word you said, by the way. I'm just going to say the same thing again. $10.
I'm gonna give it. No, I'm gonna. Let's.
But we're talking about
operating in
a
good faith
psyop.
here.
What was said was there's a psyop. A psyop is what, a planned military political action designed to influence thoughts, emotions, and behavior. If we have institutions within these countries, hold on, I'm asking a question. If we have institutions in these countries that are designed to assure that the dissemination of misinformation is not done within their borders, wouldn't those institutions have to be
France has
complicit
a
in the
national
psyop?
interest that isn't directly aligned with American interests, right?
But
And so
that's the question
sometimes
directly. No, they absolutely
they
not.
just-
An arbitrary
they just- there's
truth
no-
doesn't work. No.
Right. There's no objective truth that you can just push out to your citizens, right? It's always competing narrative and powers talking
Well, there
through
is
France, and
objective
France
truth,
deciding
so it's
how
not
to
trying to
work. Sure. I mean, like philosophically, I agree that there is an objective truth. But in terms of geopolitical narratives and influence campaigns, these are countries fighting each other through information.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. And no, the defenses of a democracy against misinformation, information aren't perfect, and one would have thought that anybody would know that. If that's your question.
But would it,
I think
if
it's- I
there
think
was
it's pretty-
misinformation as it relates to genocidal behaviors and acts on the part of the state of Israel, and they were not being actually done, do you not think that those institutions would intervene?
Well, that's a great question, and this
Well,
goes
I know
back to
for
my
sure they
original.
would,
Nameless,
no.
wait a second.
I
Nameless,
know
wait
for
a
sure.
second. Nameless, yeah, the answer is no. But Nameless, wait a second. I think what you're showing is that you've drunk the Kool-Aid without ever asking yourself, what is genocide? And that's the mistake number one. So why don't we talk a little bit about what you think genocide is, and then rather than drinking Kool-Aid, you can make an informed judgment for yourself. Is that
Let's
fair?
do this very straight, which MJ is trying to,
I'm
we're gonna do
talking
this straight,
about-
MJ.
I'm talking
That
about
you're-
misinformation. I'm talking about if there is a PSYOP and the misinformation is allowed to go through these institutions.
Yeah, you've said that a
not-
few times. What about it,
That
though?
they must be complicit. So
Okay,
they
so
must,
maybe
they
they
must be a
failed.
part of the conspiracy.
Or else they
Okay.
failed, right?
MJ.
Are they?
Exactly.
So the question, are they a
MJ.
part of the conspiracy?
Maybe
MJ,
they
for the
failed.
According to the people who believe in the PSYOP.
Maybe they failed. Did those words
MJ,
mean anything?
All of
MJ,
them
for the
have
first
Name
failed.
us, wait a second.
Multiple
Name us.
institutions have failed
Failed.
in the same
Yes.
way.
No,
Oh.
they fail in a lot of different ways.
Yes, they fell in the same way. Why is that surprising? MJ, for the first time in your
I'm trying
life,
to get clarity as to
Right.
the perspective on
Yeah,
how these
and
you're not trying to get
institutions
clarity. You're
and their
trying to
ability
muddy the
to
waters.
prevent
No, you're not
prevent
trying to get
their
clarity.
citizenry
No.
from being
No.
influenced
No,
by
MJ.
misinformation.
Okay, great. You said that 15 times. How do
Yeah.
we figure out if the systems work? So let's look at the accuracy of the claim versus what information flowed through. So for the last time, because we particularly do not want to have this conversation directly, you're very not ready to have a direct conversation. You just want to have a bunch of circular
I'm
information around
addressing the
the claim.
PSYOP accusation,
No,
sir.
MJ, the way to address the PSYOP operation is simple. As information, which is clearly untrue, kill civilians without it being a military objective, well within the rules of war. Like you're gonna hit a target, and a small amount of civilians are going to be collateral damage.
Oh, you saying
we don't have one.
the dead children are all
Okay,
in the state?
listen clearly. We don't have one piece of evidence of that. Now let's look at the circumstance of evidence. We have a very strong army that was capable of taking out a regime. Iran did that over a weekend. It doesn't take that long to kill. Iran did that over a weekend. It doesn't take that long to kill people if you're trying to kill them. So you don't have a military directive. You don't have circumstantial evidence that proves to you. All you have is a bunch of people screaming genocide, and then you're trying to jump around and say that proves
But-
genocide.
But
Name-
70,000, the 70,000
One-
include natural deaths
One
and
second.
the militants.
Okay, so it's Clubhouse, it's been years, we've had many, is it genocide or not conversations. I'm afraid we're going to go down that rabbit hole. To MJ's point, I guess where I have a question for him is what institutions in Europe are claiming that is a genocide?
Well,
No, I'm not saying
no
the
institutions
institutions are not there for that purpose. The institutions, again, are there for preventing misinformation from being
He's
disseminated
claiming
through
that
the
if a
media.
weapon is genocide,
And
it'd
so,
be
and
illegal
so
to say it in Europe.
if there
This
was
is one
a
of the dumbest
PSYOP, hold on,
arguments
sir. Hold on, I'm not finished saying what I'm saying. Why are you saying what I'm
But you
saying?
said it 9
Well, you said it 3
Hold
times.
on.
But I guess,
You
but
could
no,
keep it
hold
moving.
on,
You asked
if
the
I
question.
I wanna get
Moderators.
somewhere. I wanna get somewhere with it, so let him answer.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, if these nation states have
Hold on, sir.
thinking-
Don't
Okay,
base
I'm
don't
gonna
base
bounce if it
questions-
turns into
moderators.
this.
You don't respect your own.
Don't base questions.
No, okay,
let
so
him finish,
you're
because
saying,
this is painful.
I mean, stupidity is painful to
otherwise we
encounter.
can just say everything is axiomatic and not have a conversation at all.
I'm
Yes.
simply talking
So, but
the
MJ,
idea of a PSYOP and if it is real or not.
Okay, so why did I
Yeah.
respond to that, MJ?
so,
If it
but
works
can I
for myself, what did I
for a
respond?
second?
Go ahead.
One second. So, I mean, the institutions, there's a lot of freedom of the press in European institutions, right? So they can publish things and make statements and opinions and call it a genocide. They have, free speech, maybe less in certain ways than America, maybe more in certain ways when it comes to what you can actually publish. So I don't think that giving opinions based on facts, claiming that it's a genocide is in no way illegal. In France, for example, I don't know about the rest of the country. So while they might have a higher bar or something or evidentiary duty, I'm not a journalist at all. They can still, of course, claim that it is.
And so you're saying that if there was misinformation, these institutions would fail at capturing it and preventing it from being disseminated to their population.
I'm
Well, they have a
saying you could
mixed
string
record.
together facts and you can make a claim based on those facts. And you can claim that it fits the legal standard of genocide. This is just
Oh, so you're saying
things, right?
there are objective facts that the medias of these countries are allowing to go through their system, right? their institution that is supposed to prevent misinformation, that could logically
There are
be
no
determined
institutions
or
to prevent
logically be deemed
misinformation. What is
by,
wrong
No,
by,
with
your
by
question makes
someone
no sense.
as genocidal.
Paige, you're walking down a path of nonsense.
Okay,
Because you said
MJ.
it was a
We
psyop.
can
A psyop, and in every country
Wait.
has
I'm
these
on
measures to
inside. The
take to prevent
motherfucking room is a
misinformation,
sound against me,
misinformation, and they're
motherfucker.
all
No, you're the one who
allowing
said
for the
that.
information to slip. They
No,
would all have to be
It's a level of
complicit in the
stupidity that's
psyop
hard to even
individually, and I find that to be
It's
amazing.
a level
If that was
of
the
dumb that I
Okay,
can't
wait,
even,
no,
it's hard
give me
to
a
even fathom what you're asking.
No, give me a minute. First
Why-
of all, what he said very clearly was there is freedom of press, and they have the right to print things.
They have the
even
right to be
when
wrong.
They have the right to be wrong. But now, how do we assess if these institutions that don't even exist that
By looking at the facts.
wait
They don't exist.
MJ.
Nameless, they don't
No,
exist.
these institutions that make sure that you only get pure, actual, true knowledge don't exist. He has repeated that to you multiple times. First of all, in Europe, there's freedom of press. Second of all, they have their agenda. She mentioned Duginism and one way over your head. So I'm going to go straight to the point. Well, I repeated this many times. I want to keep on it. How can we assess if these institutions that you're claiming exist are actually working? What would be the direct way to figure out is misinformation making it through?
You lost him.
What
You
metric
lost
would you
him.
saying?
He's just,
I'm asking
he's
a
just gonna
question.
keep
What the fuck
repeating
is wrong
himself.
with you?
Let
Is
him
that
answer.
normal?
Let him
Are you
answer.
okay?
He's just gonna keep, what the
Take
fuck
your
is
vitamins,
wrong
brother.
with
If the
you?
convo flows, it's
Go
much
take
more
your vitamins,
interesting.
Grandpa.
What's wrong with me is talking to stupid people. That's the problem. It's my thing. I
Yeah, that's true. I talked to
Very
Talking to
nasty
stupid people
people.
is
Very,
my
very
thing.
nasty.
I don't
My
think
That's
thing.
wrong.
it's stupid. I think we're getting somewhere.
Very
Well,
nasty,
wrong.
And it's,
very nasty
You're being
racist
far
on
too
the
generous.
stage. Very nasty racist.
Nobody cares. Nobody
Yes,
cares.
I know, it's racist, I know.
Hold on.
Stupidity is
MJ,
racial
let
now.
him, let him just
Very
answer the
nasty.
question.
Good job
Shut
being
up.
good
Shut up. And
stupidity.
Very
wait,
nasty.
let MJ answer the question. What would be the way to assess if these institutions even exist, let alone if they're working? How can we assess that?
$10 says he doesn't understand the question.
It's
Okay, one
very
more
easy to
insult
assess
norm,
if they
I'm gonna bounce.
exist.
So I don't
It's
know.
very easy to find which institutions in European countries are responsible for preventing the dissemination of misinformation. That is quite easy. So we
But
would
that
have to
wasn't the
look
question.
at, we would have to, excuse me, you
Okay.
ask me a question again, and after every 3 words, you interrupt me.
That wasn't
Well,
the
we're trying to
question.
get you to
The first
answer the
part-
question.
Part of your question, hold on, what is
Do
this?
you understand the
Hey,
question?
you guys can talk, I'm going on mute. You got,
Okay, it's nice hearing
Talk
from you.
amongst
Did you
yourselves.
understand the question?
I tried, MJ.
there's
Okay,
some
did you
understand the
crying
question?
because
Wait,
this is the
let me
behavior of people who have things to hide.
MJ, that wasn't.
No, this is
that
the behavior of people who lose their patience with stupidity.
MJ,
Like,
that
you didn't
wasn't
understand the question. It was very
That wasn't the
simple.
question.
What's the metric for this
I'm gonna go to
protection?
the audience, I'm just gonna listen.
It was nice talking to you.
Okay, so
There's a
I mean, that
strong
was
sense that
impossible.
yeah, there's a strong sense that if you just browbeat people, that will make the American people agree with a war that's not in their interest. But it turns out that that's not how this works.
no, actually, what we proved was that if you repeat something over and over and people have no evidence for it, they fall for it. So when you keep repeating more of choice, then there was no point
More
in
of
that on
choice.
American people. People fall for it because you and your friends are really, really stupid and
More
they
of
fall for your
choice.
stupid
Yeah,
tactics.
it's
But
slogan. It's slogan.
had MJ been willing to use his rational brain, which probably exists if he would go to it, he would have realized that
Very
the way
nasty
to assess. That's wonderful. The way to assess if these institutions are working is by seeing if misinformation is getting through. Since I repeated it 15 times and he had absolutely no shred of evidence to prove that there's actually, forget genocide, that's just a dumb claim that is being fallen away from, that there is even misconduct. And his only evidence of misconduct was assuming these institutions are working. So that's like walking into a city that's flooding and claiming there's levees, so it can't be flooding. But there's water on the ground. So when he's ready to walk down a rational argument and show me how this information that is completely untrue is disseminating, then he's going to have to admit that there are no institutions that are stopping inaccurate information. Inaccurate information is getting through, and then try to figure out.
We will see if the American people are browbeat into supporting a war that they
No
don't
one's
support.
They don't have to support it. They don't have to support it. It's irrelevant.
She's the only one with intelligence, including me on the stage.
No, I mean, the conversation was interesting because I think MJ had a strong trust for European institutions, and I understand why there would be kind of that impulse or perception, but I just think that maybe he was not familiar with some of the layers of European kind of geopolitical dynamics as well. Just because they're not in this war doesn't mean that they don't have major national interests in terms of who they support, why they would be less on the side of Israel in a war, and why they have cultural movements that are going more towards Russia. Like, I think we were getting somewhere, but Norm, with all due, you kind of ruined the.
Well, you were at a level that I don't think he was ready for. I was just trying to say, how do you assess things, and try to go through straight logic. And this is the way you start the conversation. And the fact that you can repeat a slogan over and over and over and not have to realize that you have never even seen a shred of evidence for it is a good place to start and realize where you're being manipulated.
Well, I want to give you a corollary, okay? Because this Palestinianism is just the new transgenderism, is just the new climate change. So, for example, the institutions of Europe somehow convinced themselves that adopting ridiculous regulations, as with the Paris Climate Accords, would somehow affect global warming or climate change or whatever they're calling it now. There was a mass kind of hysteria, and they were wrong. They were wrong. So there's your answer. And then the institutions of Europe believed that boys could become girls, and girls could become boys, and boys could get pregnant, and you could cut off kids' genitals. They believed that. And then it turned out that they were wrong. So in recent memory, there are many examples of mass delusion, mass disinformation, mass hysteria, the spread of a social hysteria or social mass media psychological infection, a sociological delusion. There are many, many examples of it. So, and Palestinianism, which is the not a belief that the Palestinians discern. Well, no. Well, yes, it's called a neologism,
All words
and it
are
is
made
a.
up. What's your point?
Say again. Well, no, all words are not
are made
necessarily
up.
made up. Yeah.
Well,
No, this is
some
called.
point
It's a
of-
neologism. No, Palestinianism is the advocacy of a state for a people who have demonstrated numerous times that they don't want a state.
Right, but
The
it's a
real
word made up
purpose
by
of Palestine.
the Palestinians.
Hang on
they
one
are
second,
not-
Ralph.
This is getting
Hang on, you're
Yeah.
interrupting, Ralph. Don't make
Yeah,
me
this
send you down.
conversation's not gonna
So,
go anywhere.
one of the symptoms of Palestinianism is the desire to destroy the Jewish nation. That is the stated goal both of the Palestinian Authority, which is one tiny governing body in Judea and Samaria, which Jordan called the West Bank, or the complete destruction of the Jewish people and the Jewish nation for the other body governing so-called Palestinians or the Arabs of Gaza. That's what Palestinianism is.
But
So what we're fighting is a form of mass hysteria called Palestinianism.
I think though, if we get a conversation, we're having a conversation about Europe and media dissemination in Europe, institutions in Europe, and we go directly to this is why Israel is so right here, it muddies the waters into what we're actually talking about, and it gets it away from what what is good for America, and then it loses people very quickly, right? And so I think it's just important to hit the actual points head on versus going directly there, and especially not getting emotional.
I agree. I'm also super surprised that there are still people today who think that these institutions are capable of keeping your information or even trying to keep your information. We have seen from history, going all the way back to the Weimar Republic, the more you try to control this flow of information, the less accurate the information gets. So even though in America we have a bunch of stupidity floating around the ether, because we have such a free press, true information does get through. But the fact that you think that Europe would be pure because of more restrictions, it's just mind-boggling to me. I didn't think I would still be having this conversation today.
I mean, I think it's seen as an objective in between intellectual place, right? Like they're not. really on the stage in the same way anymore, but they are known for their intelligence, and maybe they could provide an objective whatever. But I think without, proximity to the undercurrents of European culture and kind of their national interests, it's without that, it's hard to see kind of what's going on underneath.
P,
Well, also we-
P, why do you think most Americans are against this?
Oh, wait,
With
I would
Iran
say-
or with?
You mean according to some
Okay.
polls?
I
Nobody
think
likes war.
Are there polls
Very
where
simple.
most Americans are for?
Nobody likes war. Polls are not accurate. The idea
asked me
that
a
we're going to, the idea we're going to
P a
make,
question. Can P respond?
I heard you. The idea that we're going to make military decisions based
Thank
on
you,
polls is
respond.
ludicrous. It's ludicrous. We don't make military decisions based on polls,
P, would you like to
especially based on uninformed people who don't care about these matters. And by the way, we're being led
Would
down
you
the
like to
primrose
respond?
path with somebody, excuse me, we're being led down the primrose path by somebody who made up an imaginary, aren't there institutions in place to make sure that the information is true? It's a nonsensical question. What we should be looking at is facts, not whether some hypothetical that we spend an hour discussing some person's hypothetical who doesn't care about the answer. In
So
any
let's
event.
look at the facts. Let's look at the
Why don't we
numbers.
let, why don't we
Yeah,
let
let's-
P respond? Why don't we let P?
Sure, we
So
can look at facts.
I think the economy is very uncertain. I think inflation is high. I think access to housing, having a stake in the economy right now, the sentiment for that is that it's not possible. And then we see we see a war that is more abstract, and not many people see it as an immediate threat. And people say, well, why in this moment, in this time, would we add this on to the list of issues that we already have? I also think that there is a lot of PTSD from the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, and people see those as useless wars. And so those sentiments all combined tends to make people lean toward more of a isolationist path. I think there's also kind of distrust in, he's gone, but I'll just finish. Distrust and confusion about whether the United States is an exceptional country or a bad country.
Well, P, what people would love to forget is that the abundance that we enjoy in America, the dominance that we enjoy, the cheap fuel that we enjoy, the incredible prosperity that we enjoy is dependent on the United States being the defender of the rules-based order. The rules-based order includes a freedom of information, the internet, which we defend. It's not in the cloud, it's in cables under the water. Freedom of trade, which we defend. This is why we're defending, for example, the waterways. We don't have a particular stake in the Strait of Hormuz, but we're defending it because of the principle of freedom of the waterways. It's also democracy versus totalitarianism. There is not one single democratic Muslim state. We are here to defend democracy. So our Muslim allies are lining up with us because they realize that the United States is their biggest customer, and the United States and Israel are their biggest defenders. And this is why all of the GCC, Khaliji, or Gulf nations have now aligned themselves with Israel and the United States, with the possible exception of Qatar when it comes to Israel, and have recognized the Islamic Revolutionary Genocide Corps of Iran as their enemy. It's really, really, really black and white. It's really, really simple. It's not
Well, I mean,
complicated.
I think it is more complicated. Despite what I believe or you believe, I think it's hard for everyone to get out of their kind of emotional sphere and actually just have a conversation. And I think, again, it's not about, the question wasn't, Paige, what do you think about this war? It was, why do you think Americans are against this war? And so in order to be convincing, but one second, like in order for us to come together as Americans and have a conversation about it, we've got to take the emotion out of it and actually, hear the other perspective and meet someone somewhere. And I think, just yelling at people is not going to.
Democrats, leftists, they don't engage fairly. They don't engage
MJ was
honestly.
engaging fairly.
No,
You didn't like his
He made up.
points.
No, he didn't really have a
because
point.
He wasn't responding to
He
the
didn't have a
actual
point.
He made, and he was trying to use evidence that A wasn't there, and second of all, was not evidence of a thing. And when I tried to walk around that path, he kept going around in a circle. So I don't think he was being deceptive as intentionally lying.
I've spoken with him many times. He's a Jew hater and an Israel hater, Pete.
I don't care about that. He wasn't being honest
I do.
in following the dots of the conversation.
Then why do you share stages with other known Jew haters and shit like?
Hold on
We
a
make
second.
our
Hold
own
on a
decisions.
second.
Yeah, go
Hold
ahead.
on. I fully and thoroughly reject the idea or notion that I have any problems with Jewish people.
You're a Jew hater,
I
sir.
grew up
Okay.
I grew up in an area.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
strong
anything.
Jewish community.
Doesn't
My
mean
next door
anything.
neighbor.
Right.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's more
shut
like the
that off.
Closest childhood friends
Meaningless.
I've ever had was of Jewish ancestry.
Nobody
I
cares.
attended more than 10 bar mitzvahs in my life.
Yeah,
attended
nobody cares.
synagogue.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't make you
ask
not a
I
Jew
everyone
have
hater.
to
never had an issue
everybody
with the Jewish community.
stop.
That doesn't
Alright.
make it
The
make
state of
Everyone-
Israel is not the Jewish community. The state
Yes,
of
Israel is the Jewish
is
community.
Not, the state of
You
Israel.
don't speak for us, sir.
The state of
You
Israel
don't speak for
is
us,
a
sir.
Anyway.
sovereign
Everybody
You
stop.
don't
state
speak for
How do I
us,
do
sir.
this?
It is not a reflection
How do I mute? I can't mute
No,
everyone.
no,
Okay,
no.
so hold on.
of
Everyone, Norm, everyone,
Judaism
hold on.
Enough.
or
Hold on.
Enough.
No,
in
Norm.
America.
Nobody's
Okay,
asking
thank
you to
you.
speak
I
for
reject
Israel or
that.
Jews.
Okay,
You
I'm
have
just
to.
going
Nobody
to.
cares. You're
Norm, just
irrelevant
give me
to this
3
conversation.
seconds. Give me 3 seconds.
Go ahead.
I'm going to step
Go
out.
ahead.
It got too crazy. I don't like hurling accusations like that around. Nice chatting with all of you, and I hope
Thank
that,
you,
I
Pete.
hope it gets better. Bye-bye.
You see what you did, Norman?
The idea that someone who has a problem with the way a state apparatus is conducting their
Sure,
foreign
you can do that.
policy
Many people
and their
do that.
domestic policy is a
Sure, many people do that. Do you accept the existence of a Jewish
is a
nation?
reflection of
Do you accept the existence of a
bias
Jewish
that someone
nation?
would have.
Do you accept the, listen, we're not here for your
Absolutely
soapbox.
ridiculous.
Do you accept the existence of a Jewish nation? MJ, they're not very good?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me hear you say it out of your mouth. No, I want to hear you say it. You accept
I
Israel as the
accept
homeland of the...
The
Yeah.
existence of
Not the
any
existence,
nation
no.
state.
No, the legitimacy of Israel as a Jewish
accept
homeland.
The legitimacy
Yes.
of the existence of
Yes.
any
Oh, not of
nation
Israel,
state
though.
If
There,
people
ladies and gentlemen, I
within
made my
that
point.
nation have
Ladies,
decided
okay, I made
to
my
be
point.
sovereign.
I get it. You don't
sir.
accept Israel. Any nation, but not
I
Israel.
do not
got you.
believe the
It's
state
fine.
of Israel should not exist. I believe
sorry?
the state of
Wait,
Israel
no, that
is
wasn't the
functioning
question, though. That wasn't
improperly.
the
Okay, so
question.
And that-
That wasn't the
State of
question.
Israel- That is my problem
That
with
wasn't
state
the
of Israel.
question,
It has
MJ.
nothing
If you don't understand the
Jewish
question,
people,
just let me know.
Judaism, or the
That
ethnic
wasn't
group
the
of
accept.
Jewish
That wasn't the question, though, MJ. The question was, do you accept the legitimacy of Israel as the homeland of the Jewish people? And the answer is no, which makes you an anti-Semite. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hold on, sir. You can't answer for
Yes.
me.
Yeah, I just did. Is it yes or no?
I think that
Yes
the
or
current
no?
state.
No, MJ.
Sir,
MJ.
I am answering your
MJ.
question, sir.
No, you're not.
Oh, you don't
No,
want
you're
me
not. Okay.
You want to
The
speak for
answer
me?
is yes or no.
Because you're a racist white man.
Yes, I'm racist. The answer is yes or no. I'm racist because I don't want to let
No,
you hate the
you're
Jewish
racist
people.
because you can't allow a black man
Because
to speak his opinion on
wait a
your
second.
stage.
Is the answer you
while
are
you
on my
wanna
stage and
speak-
you are speaking? Is
That's
it yes
your
or no?
racism
A
speaking-
black man.
poking
You
out.
don't accept the black man speak. You
Oh, what
cannot
is that?
cover
What
your
was that
Jew
right
hate.
there,
You
Norm?
cannot cover your Jew hate,
Was that more
sir.
racism?
You. No, that was
Did
your
I give a
Jew
Yiddish
hate, sir.
accent, Norm? Did I
That was
do
your
that to
Jew
you,
hate,
Norm?
sir. That was your Jew hate,
Your racism
sir.
is
So I'll
showing,
ask you
sir.
again. I'll ask you again.
It
Oh, your
always
Jew
shows.
hate is showing.
That's what you
Your
are.
Jew hate is showing.
That's
Your
what
Jew
you
hate
are.
is showing, sir. I'm exposing
With that
you.
little black talk
I'm
that you did.
exposing you. It's all
That little
yes, I
John-
know. So you don't
thought it was
accept
real
the existence
funny.
of the
I'm sure you
Jewish
do it
state.
around your white
How many
friends.
bar mitzvahs did you go to today, MJ?
White man.
How many
You
bar
always- you
mitzvahs
do it
did
all-
you go to today, MJ?
Don't you?
How many bar mitzvahs today, MJ?
You're racist.
I asked you a simple question.
You're a
Did you
racist.
not understand the question,
You're a
MJ?
racist white man.
Did you not understand the question, MJ, you Jew hater? MJ, if you didn't
Real
understand
Jews
it, I'll
aren't as
explain it
racist
to
as
you.
you. I don't even
Which
believe that
part of
they're
the
Jews.
question did you not understand? I know you want to change the topic, don't you?
I don't
'Cause
think
I
you're Jewish.
exposed you
I think you're just
as
a white
the
man.
Jew hater that you are. I made it really easy for you. Should I make it even easier? Should I make it easier, MJ? Do you accept the legitimacy of Israel as the homeland of the Jewish people? Yes or no?
I believe that the
No.
current state of Israel and the land
No,
that
no,
it
I didn't ask you
encompasses
that. I'm not asking
is
you for a speech.
is
I'm not asking you for a
Sir,
speech.
I'm answering
I'm not
your
asking you
question.
for a speech.
Don't
This
speak
is
for
not
a black
speechy
man, even though
time.
you're racist.
I'm not
Go on
asking
mute
you
when
for
you
a
ask a black
speech.
man a question.
The black
so he can
man, the
answer
black
with his
man, the black
mind,
man,
sir.
the black man. The black,
Do the
the black man is
jive
not a
talk you
part
were
of
doing
the
5
question,
minutes
though.
ago, sir.
The black man is not part
Show
of the
your
question, though, is
racism
it?
again.
I'm not asking you for a speech, MJ. What's the answer to my question? Do you accept as the homeland of the Jewish people?
Israel is a homeland to Jewish people, Muslim people, and all kinds
No,
of people
well,
that
that's
are
not the
indigenous
answer,
to
is
that
it?
area.
That's not the answer, is it?
Yes,
though?
it is. The answer to the
That's
question
not
is
the
yes. In
answer.
addition to the Muslims
No, okay.
and
Easy for you.
other
It's a yes
people
or
that
no.
are indigenous
It's a
to
yes
that
or
area,
no, MJ.
it is
It's a yes or
it is
no,
their homeland
MJ.
as well.
Did you not understand the question?
I said
MJ?
yes.
I
I
say it
said
again. I want to
yes.
hear it again. Yes. Okay.
I
Let's
said
start
yes.
with
In
that.
addition
Good.
to
Now,
Muslims and other
hang
people
on,
that are
hang
currently
on,
being
MJ.
apart,
Hang on, MJ. Wait a second, MJ. I'm not
suffering from
asking for a
apartheid
speech.
in the
I'm
current
not
Israeli
asking
state,
for a
sir.
speech, MJ. I'm not asking for your Jew hate to come out all at once. I want it to
No,
come
I
out a
love
little
Jews.
bit at a time.
I just don't
you
like
Don't, no, I don't think you do,
hypocrite-
MJ. I don't think you do love Jews,
racist
MJ.
white men
And
like
I'm
you,
going to
sir.
tell you why.
You're no
Because you
different
don't
than
think the Jewish people deserve to have sovereignty in our homeland. So let me try you. Maybe I'm wrong. MJ, do you think the Jewish people deserve sovereignty in our homeland, Israel?
I believe that all indigenous people
Yes
in
or
that
no,
area deserve
MJ?
sovereignty.
Yes or no, MJ? Yes or no?
I believe that all people that are indigenous to that land deserve sovereignty, including the
Yes
Jewish
or
people.
so wait a second. So you don't believe that the Jewish people deserve sovereignty in our homeland?
I said
Or
I
you
believe
do?
all people in that area
So
deserve
you can't answer the
sovereignty,
question? I don't know what is
including
all
the
people,
Jewish
MJ.
ones. Sir,
Yeah, MJ, why are you avoiding the question?
I
Is it
said
too
yes
hard for
to your
you?
question. I answered
okay.
it thoroughly.
Well,
you
no,
have
you
a problem
didn't.
with the way
No, you
that
said
I
all
answered,
people.
and
Do you
now
believe,
you're
is that
trying
like
to
all
interrupt
lives
me.
matter, MJ? Was that one of your all lives matter type answers? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
MJ?
all lives matter
Or do you
is a
accept the
racist thing.
sovereignty? It's not all lives matter? Okay, so I'll try it again. Do you believe that the Jewish people deserve to have sovereignty in our homeland, the state of Israel, the eternal capital of which is Jerusalem? Do we deserve that sovereignty? Yes or no?
I don't believe that that area is only indigenous to Jewish people.
Nobody asked you that question. What about my question?
So
Did you not
that
understand
means
it?
that area is not only the homeland to Jewish
No,
people.
it doesn't mean that. Did you not understand my question?
I heard what you
Did you
said
want-
and I answered you,
Did-
sir. That land
No, you
is not
didn't, though.
only
It
the
was a
homeland
yes
for
or a
Jewish
no.
people.
So
No,
I'll
That
ask
land
you
is a
again.
homeland for certain
I'm
Muslim
happy to
people
ask you
and
again.
certain Christian
I'm
people
happy
as
to
well.
ask you again.
No, I mean,
Did
you would have been a
understand
hell of
the
a
question?
prosecutor, man. You know that?
Nah, he's terrible at it.
This
He's
is-
great at
That
it.
land is the homeland to Muslim people and Christian people.
That
and
wasn't the
Jewish people.
question, though, MJ.
That
they're,
is-
they're there.
and so all of those
That
people
wasn't
should
the
be
question,
sovereign in
though,
that
MJ.
land, sir.
So MJ, did you not
That's my
understand the
answer.
question? So you didn't understand the question?
That land is the
Yes.
homeland to Jewish people.
That wasn't the
Muslim
question,
people
MJ.
and Christian
MJ,
people.
that wasn't the question, MJ, and you know it
And they
wasn't
all
the question.
deserve the same
so you're
rights.
running away from the question, MJ. So you do not accept
Take my
Jewish
answer.
sovereignty in our homeland. Do you think
You're not
do
the
you-
only
do you
people
believe-
that land is homeland to. Sorry.
Nobody asked you that question.
Those people deserve
Nobody
the
asked you
same
that
rights
question.
that you do.
Nobody asked you that question,
Well, I'm
MJ.
answering,
And the
sir.
reason why you're answering the question that nobody asked you is because you hate Jews.
I have no
MJ.
problem
and
with
we know
Jews.
it, and you
I just
know it.
believe that
So it's
other
not whether
people
you have a
deserve the same
problem
rights.
with them. You don't have a
Other
problem with
people
Jews because we
deserve
don't
the same
cause
rights
you
that Jewish
problems,
people
MJ.
do. Just
What
like
you
here
do
in
not
America.
accept is the sovereignty
I
of
believe
Jewish
that
people
Christians
in our
deserve more
homeland.
rights
I
in
get
America
it.
than anyone
I get
else.
it. I get it. I get it.
I don't believe
MJ.
Jews and
You're gonna
in
have
Israel
to own
deserve
it,
more
MJ.
rights
That's
than anyone else.
totally fine. MJ, you understood the question. You refused to answer it. That's fine. But I'm just exposing it. That's all. Either we have sovereignty in our homeland or we don't. You don't accept it. That's anti-Semitic. You're holding
Incorrect,
us to a
sir.
different standard.
I
No, that is
believe you
correct.
deserve the rights
No,
in
that
your
is correct.
homeland, but I
Yes.
believe the others deserve the rights in that same homeland as well. Because
So in
they're
other words,
just
we
as
don't
indigenous
deserve
as you.
sovereignty. Well, why would other people deserve sovereignty in our homeland?
Because they're
What if
just
we
as
decide-
indigenous to that land as you are.
That's not the criterion, is it? Because they got 22
If it's a
nations and
homeland,
all
that
of the
means it has to
oil.
do with indigenous.
Because they tried to kill us. This is why Nazis, for example, they were not allowed to have sovereignty, MJ. This is why the Confederacy, MJ, was not allowed to have sovereignty. Are you starting to get my drift, MJ? Do you know why the Confederacy, even though they were indigenous, didn't get sovereignty in the South? Because they were Nazis, MJ. Because they wanted to enslave black folks. Is this starting to ring true for you a little bit? Are you starting to get the picture, MJ?
The Confederacy,
You can't
the
just say
Confederacy
this.
is not a
All
religion,
lives
sir.
matter, MJ.
The Confederacy
All
is
lives
not a
matter. I know.
religion, sir.
All lives matter. What does
Islam
religion
is a
have to do with
religion,
it?
and so is
What is
Christianity, sir.
Judaism is
There's a
not a
huge
religion,
difference.
MJ. Judaism is not a religion. Judaism is an identity and a nationality and a tribe and a people with a law and a land and a calendar and a cuisine and a founding document. Okay? And yes, the Jews have sovereignty in Israel. It's a tiny country, and Arabs and Muslims and Christians have sovereignty in many nations
They
in
don't
the
have the
world.
same rights.
They
In
have the same
Israel.
rights in Israel. I don't know. They don't
They
have
don't
the
have
same
the
rights in
same
other
rights
countries.
as Jewish people
they-
in Israel, sir.
They have the
don't.
same rights as Jewish people in
They do
Israel.
not.
Yes, they
They
do.
don't have the right to return.
That they're not in Israel.
I
They
thought
have
you
to
said they had
return
the
them.
same rights.
If they're
I
not
thought
in
you said
Israel,
they had
then
the
they
same
don't.
rights.
Yes, they have the same rights. What do you mean return?
They don't have the right
How
to
can they
return, sir.
How
They
can
don't
they
have the same
return if they're
rights.
already there? How can they return if they're there? You don't make sense. It's stupid what you just said. If they're there, they have the same rights. If they're not there, how could they have the
If
same
they're
rights?
not there in
Yeah.
Israel,
Yeah.
Jewish people have the right to return.
Yes,
Why do
Jewish
Muslim
people outside of
do not
Israel.
not have the right to return?
That's not rights within Israel.
That's not the
rights
same
outside
right.
of
That's
Israel.
all I said. They don't have the same
no,
rights. And I
in
believe they should
Israel.
have the same
In
rights.
Israel. The same rights in Israel.
Yes, because
They
they're
have the
indigenous
same
people to that land that are Muslims, sir.
rights. What it say? Nobody says that they're not. They're there. They
And
have
so
the
those
same
Muslim
rights.
people should have the right to return, sir.
They're
Because
outside of
indigenous.
Israel.
And they're
They're
just as
outside of
indigenous
Israel.
as Jews.
Wait
and that
a
nation
second.
state.
Wait. Foreign policy is up to the country. You don't give rights to people outside of your country. Mexicans don't have the right to return to America. Right? Mexicans don't have the right to return
The
to
state of
Spain.
Israel
That's
has
what's
granted
that?
rights to
Yes.
people based on their religion, sir.
No, based on their identity as Jews, not religion. Now, Islam does distinguish between Muslims and non-Muslims. There are separate roads in Saudi Arabia, for example, in Mecca in particular, for Muslims and non-Muslims. So they do practice apartheid. And they did ethnically cleanse the Jews from their lands. There were plenty of Jews and Christians in all the Muslim lands. They've been ethnically cleansed. Yes. They've been the victims of
Muslims don't have
genocide.
the same rights
Absolutely.
as Jewish people in Israel.
I beg your pardon, what right don't they have?
The right to return.
Well, how can you return if you're already there in Israel? Explain.
I'm glitching. I feel like you guys are both repeating yourselves.
Well, I want to understand if MJ can explain to me how somebody in Israel would need to return. Explain that, MJ. How would you return if you're there?
If you're an
Respectfully,
indigenous
I actually agree.
person to that area,
You mean if you're
and
outside
you're
of
Muslim,
Muslim,
you can have the same rights to
Kevin,
return
kind of a
as an
whole-
indigenous person.
But they're not
of
in Israel.
Jewish faith to that area, sir.
But they're not in
The
Israel. Why
fact
do
that
you,
that's
but
not the case
that's your
shows a
opinion.
religious discrimination.
No, sir.
By
There's
the
no
state of
religious
Israel.
discrimination in Israel. Israel is a homeland for the Jews, and the people who live there have equal rights. People outside of Israel are not governed by Israel, sir. Get it?
Your nation state is
Equal
showing
rights in
religious
Israel.
bias, sir.
There's no religious bias, sir.
Absolutely.
Israel is the homeland for the Jews. For example, you have the right to Senegal. I do not. French people have
What?
the right to return to France.
What?
Yes. Yes, there are 7 African countries that will accept African Americans home.
So hold
I
on.
can't do
Are
it.
you saying that
I-
only Jewish people are indigenous to that land?
Never said it. You said it.
Okay, so those Muslims that are indigenous to that land don't have the right to return.
Well, where are they? Where are
They
these
don't have the
Muslims
right to
that are-
return. It doesn't matter
Who?
where they are.
Who?
They don't have the right
so you
to
don't. So
return.
you don't know.
Round
Okay.
round
so they're-
3 of the same
so you're-
points.
Yeah. So you're not claiming
I'm
the
through with
people in
this
Israel.
guy. Shout out to my
So-
cousin Vinny.
So you're not
Prove it.
claiming.
Through
So
your
you're not-
own words that
Oh, boy,
Israel
you're
is showing
disrupting.
racial
Shut up,
bias
okay.
in its
Vinny?
law. I mean, religious bias in its own law.
Did you
I'm
What
just-
do you mean by religious bias, sir? Israel is the homeland of the Jewish people. The other people who are there, who are not Jews, have equal rights, as you just shown.
Kevin, I just hit you on the back channel. He's gone, Norm. He's gone.
I see. I'm in favor of hummus, Joe, in the chat, and I'm not delusional, Leanne, in the chat.
Norm, I do have one question for you because
Okay, one question time.
Despite our disagreements
About what?
about a whole host of things,
Well, about what?
including some of the details of Israel. I mean, I'm also coming at this from like a
I don't know what
Zion.
you're being very vague.
I'm being
But
a little bit vague.
don't characterize my position, please.
I'm not characterizing your
Characterize yours.
position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you did? So you said you disagreed.
I was
on
just
what?
that my point. What I was trying to explain was I also believe in like a Jewish state that is sovereign. Like I'm like a Zionist in this regard. I'm just wondering where you draw the borders. Like what? So like your sovereignty is obviously very heavily about borders. To you, what are the borders?
The borders are now what they have always been. The borders are wherever Israel draws them. Well, I'm not even sure I understand your question. So we have a border with Gaza, we have a border with Egypt, we have a border with Lebanon, we have a border with Jordan. What's your question?
So I was just saying if like,
You have a border with Syria.
What are your thoughts on like the settlement expansions? Are you like for this or against this?
Well, so you're a little bit familiar with whatever laws or treaties govern. Are you talking about Judea and Samaria?
Yeah. I'm like a little bit familiar with like area like ABC. Like I'm a little bit familiar with that.
So what are you asking about? Area A, B,
I'm
or
asking
C?
if you think.
So are you asking about area A, B? Are you asking about area A, B, or C?
You know,
I'm
why don't you
asking-
just let her finish his question?
Well, he's very vague. He already asked the question and he landed.
I'm not.
And then I'm trying to make it more specific.
Yeah, I'll be more specific.
Good.
I would have to consult a map and see which
Okay,
area, but I
you
would
can do
say
that.
broadly the settlements that would be considered deeper into the like West Bank territory.
Very
deeper.
vague. A, B, or C?
Whichever is the farthest away from
So you
Israel's
don't know.
borders.
We share a border with the entire thing of Judea and Samaria. The whole, it's historical Israel. What is your question? So maybe you didn't know this. This area was captured by Jordan illegally in 1948 and occupied by Jordan. Did you know that, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay. So at that time, whose territory was it when Jordan captured it?
In the 40s.
48.
In
48. 1948.
In 48.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure whose it was. Was it because I know for a while it was under British mandate, and then before that it was controlled by the
Ottoman Empire. So there's no mention of the word Palestinian in any of those scenarios, is there?
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering. So, like, is your position that Israel could have sovereignty? No.
Wait. Is there any mention of something called Palestinian or Palestine in those two scenarios that you mentioned, the Ottoman Empire and the British Mandate? Is there ever a word called Palestinian?
I'm not really interested in the in like
not what you're interested in.
In that particular distinction.
Well,
I was just asking you.
Kevin, before you change the topic, we're trying to build a fund of knowledge here. So if there is no mention of Palestinian, which is my contention, then when does it become Palestinian? Kevin.
I'm wondering why you're shying away from the question I just asked you, which is how you feel about the settlements.
I'm not. I'm trying to build to it because you don't know where you don't know where you're talking about. I'm trying to teach you about where you're talking about. You can imagine this map in your mind. Okay, now if you want to mention a settlement, mention a settlement, and we'll discuss it if it's legitimate or not. Go ahead, mention a settlement.
So you would
If you
agree
don't
that
know
some
of one,
you would agree that some are illegitimate then, or do you agree
I'm
that
going to have to ask you what you're talking about, and I suspect you have no idea.
Wait. I feel like this should actually be like a fairly straightforward question of: do you believe that any of the settlements are illegitimate?
Give me an example.
I feel like
I love hearing Kevin's voice.
I feel like I shouldn't need to give an example for a question that's that easy to
Okay,
answer.
if you don't know, then if you don't know what you're talking about, I surely don't know what you're talking about.
My understanding is that you
Yes.
have the main settlements that are
Okay.
like very large and well established that
Okay.
tend to be closer to Israel's broadly recognized borders, and then
Okay.
you have
I don't know what
these
you mean by
smaller-
broadly recognized borders. Judea and Samaria Judea and Samaria have never been a thing called quote unquote Palestine. There are Arabs living there. They were offered to make a state. They chose not to make a state. There was then a series of wars against terrorism that was coming from there. What's that, Anne?
Yeah, I said that's a fact. I don't remember reading in the Bible any land being called Palestine.
Well, there is none. So again, around the 60s or so, in conjunction with the Soviet Union, some Arabs thought that if they formed a state, they would be able to demolish the state of Israel.
It sounds like
But
your answer
as
is there
the-
aren't any illegitimate settlements.
Well, it doesn't sound like that. You haven't given me an example of an illegitimate settlement. I can't make a judgment based on something that you don't know what you're
I mean,
talking
you're clearly the expert on this topic. You clearly know.
I'm
all
not
of
an
them.
expert.
What?
I'm not an expert.
I'm just saying, like you're.
What?
He's
I mean, you're
not
that.
What?
Seems like a pretty straightforward question. Do you
Sure,
believe?
it's straightforward. Do you know what you're talking about? And if not, let's try to find out what you're talking about. That's a straightforward question. In your mind, is there some idea that something is illegal, Kevin? If so, what is it? Like, let's say you say, is murder illegal? Yes, murder is illegal. I agree.
Yeah. So I'm less so talking about legality, and I
Okay,
think
good.
the concern that a lot of people have expressed
Yeah.
in regards to the settlements is that
Yeah.
they
Which
potentially.
settlements?
Once again, I do not know the names of them.
Okay,
but
why
I
don't
would
you
say
go
that
find out? Or where are they? Go find out. If you really care about this, go and inform yourself.
No.
Okay.
Norm.
Why, that would be asking too much?
It's about what he feels about it.
it's not,
Oh,
not what I not
okay,
what
you
I
have
not what
feelings.
I not. I mean, it would take me
It's
2
not-
seconds to find.
Okay, good.
I'm going on a.
Okay, I'll wait
just
for you here.
walking outside right now.
I will wait for you. Well, you can use your
um,
phone while you're walking.
Yeah, well,
You
I still
probably
don't
too
understand.
dumb.
I still don't understand why you can't answer the question.
Well,
of,
because I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what
aware-
you're talking about. What settlement is illegal?
You're aware that I didn't even say the word. Like, so it sounds like
didn't
your
say-
position is that none of them are.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't
that's-
sound like that. No.
Well,
what it sounds like
so,
is I'm
so
asking
wait,
you
so
what
some of
you're
them are.
talking
So
about.
some of them are.
Okay, so according
Well, some of what are?
is-
Some of what are
according to
what?
the United States,
What's
according to
illegal?
The United Nations, it says that there's 700,000 Israelis that are living illegally and illegally.
Right.
Agree
I
with
The United
disagree
Nations
with
have
that.
done what
you
exactly?
agree with that?
Sorry.
Okay.
I disagree with the United Nations defining what is legal or illegal
Exactly, they don't
for
just-
Israel or the United States or any other country.
Okay.
I guess you're talking
I'm-
about a general resolution.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate for
That's
that.
fine.
No,
agree
but
with you.
name one thing that the United Nations has done.
Oh, I would say that the United Nations is a dumpster fire, but I'm trying to help.
Okay.
Point
Well,
here.
let's not quote dumpster fires then.
Again, he's talking about these settlements. Again.
He's not really talking about these settlements. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So Palestinians build settlements, Israel builds settlements. Are they legal or not? Give me an example and we can discuss it.
There is an illegal settlement. There's not.
Okay, well that
No.
sounds like it's Norm's position, but for some reason he doesn't.
No,
No, it doesn't sound like my position. That's Anne's position. Anne is a
Well, no, I'm just
different
then why don't you just? It was a very simple question of do you believe that any of the settlements are illegitimate or illegal?
They're all.
example.
Wait, why
There's
do I
not
have to?
exactly-
Why does that require an example?
Because I don't know what
I-
you're talking about, neither do you.
You
We're
do know
going
what
in
I'm talking
circles
about.
now. I do not know what
You're
you're talking
clearly
about.
being evasive here.
I'm not being evasive. I'd like to know what you're talking about. You
There's
said it would
been
take you 2
many
seconds.
verbal-
I don't
Take your 2 seconds.
understand. I don't understand why you can't answer the question. Like
I
truly,
get that you don't understand. I need
Like, why are you
clarification of your
unable
of your question. Which settlement is not
But I'm not.
legit? Go.
I'm not asking that.
Oh.
I'm just asking
Oh,
a
what are
very
you
general
asking?
question. Like I'm going to repeat
I
myself.
have
for
to
the
know
fourth
what
time.
settlement. Okay, I have to know which one you're talking
But
about.
you don't. In order to answer my question, you literally don't
Yeah.
need to know that. Because I'm asking you out
I
of
do.
any of them. I'm asking
I
you
do.
out of
Oh,
any of them. If any of them are illegal.
I can't speak for all of them. Then
So you
neither
think that
can
some
you.
of them might be? You think some of
I
them
don't.
might be illegal?
You'd have to show me which one. And it sounds like you don't know, and that's fine.
You're not going to get.
So you're asking information on a
Kevin,
subject that you know
you're
very
not
little
gonna-
about. Huh?
Kevin, you're not going to get a straight answer out of him. There's
Why?
just no way it's
No,
gonna
he's
happen.
just not
Well,
going to
be
get pushed
specific.
back. No,
What settlement
he's
is
trying to put
illegal?
him and back him into a corner. Norm wants to address.
I'm
his
not
question.
trying to back him into a corner. I'm just asking
but, like,
him a
just
very
give him
an
straightforward
example.
question.
Respectfully.
Well, Kevin, are you willing to
Kevin, you're
inform
trying
yourself
to-
so that you can ask a very
You're
straightforward
trying to
informed
win
question?
it, Kevin. You're trying to win an argument. I'm trying to play somewhat of a moderator here, Kevin. You're trying to win an argument, but you're not coming with facts.
I'm not even trying to win an
Okay.
argument. I'm just trying to
Okay,
ask him a
good.
question about his own position. I'm just
Correct.
trying to ask
So
him to
the answer
clarify
to
his
your
own
question,
position.
the answer to your question
again,
Kevin,
like
is
the
based
reason
on the fact.
the reason I brought up names of settlements was like, or I was like, okay, I could Google search this shit really
What
quick.
settlement?
Like that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't fucking know. Like again, I'm trying to Google.
Okay, and neither does Kevin, and neither do people who say, "Oh, it's illegal settlement, it's illegal settlement." And
Well,
and,
okay,
and, yeah,
but Norm,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
talking about people. We're talking about Kevin. So don't say people.
well, he's echoing or parroting other people. Who
All right,
say, "Oh, that's
right.
still
But
illegal."
Anne has her opinion. You have your opinion. I have my opinion, and Kevin has his position. So Kevin is not people. We are not people.
Kevin doesn't have a position because he doesn't know. He's just
All
asking a question
yeah,
that
I
is
just asked
uninformed.
him.
but
I just
you-
asked him a question about your
Right.
position.
Okay, and are you willing to learn more so that it can make more sense in your questions, Kevin, or not?
I don't understand what information is missing from
I
the
asked you a different question. And by the way, don't ask me to answer your
I'm not
question.
gonna give you-
can't
you have to-
answer
Because
mine.
I'm not asking you about a specific settlement. I'm asking you just generally
yes.
if any of them
Gen-
are. And it sounds like the position is no, but for some reason you don't want to say
No,
it.
it doesn't sound like that. It sounds
So
like
your position is yes.
I'm
some of
telling
them
you.
Some of them are, or some of them aren't.
I-
I don't. This is like a yes or no question about
Okay.
your own position.
The
I don't
answer to your question is you will have to tell me which settlement you think is illegal.
But
And
I'm
then
not
we can
making a
discuss it.
claim that any of them are illegal. I'm not making
Okay,
that
great.
claim.
Okay, so
Let me
you're not
try
making
that.
that claim, and I'm not making that claim. So come back when you have enough facts to make a claim.
Why are you this is so evasive. I think anybody.
It's not evasive. It's dead
absolutely
on.
evasive.
If you want to discuss the settlement, I'll discuss it with you. Okay?
Let
And we can discuss if it's legal or not.
Norm, can you think
Yeah.
Can you think of any settlements in Israel?
Yes, I've been to.
You've been to? Sorry, you cut out. You've been to what?
I said I've been to some of them.
You've been to some of them. Could you
Yeah.
name one or two of them off the top of your
I
head?
just did Efrat and Tekoa.
Okay. You cut out, so I apologize. You cut out.
No
so-
worries.
Yeah. You cut out. Can you think
Good.
of? Can you think of any legitimate settlements in Israel?
I just named them. They're not. I mean, I don't know what you mean by legitimate. They're communities of Jews. Jews have every right to live there that everybody else does.
Can you
I
think
don't
of any?
believe in ethnic cleansing of Jews.
Cool. So the ones that you named, you would say that those are what you would call legitimate settlements, correct?
No, they're just communities of Jews. They're not even legitimate settlements or not. They're just communities of Jews living in Judea and Samaria, their historic homeland.
Fine, that's fair.
Okay, can I ask?
I tend to agree. I would tend to agree with you that sure. I would.
Good.
Okay, but can you think of any illegitimate settlements?
I've never heard of such a thing. What's an illegitimate settlement?
Exactly. So that's
Okay.
Kevin, this is the point.
Okay, but I don't think Kevin has either.
Yeah, I mean, I think that. Well, I would probably. It seems like your position would be that Jews have the right to
No,
establish.
don't tell me what it seems like. I'm
Anywhere.
stating
Well,
my
I
position.
mean, you're not. You're
I'm
not stating
very
your
clear
position.
on what my position is, Kevin.
Okay, well, then allow me to ask: is this
Sure.
a fair representation of your position?
You better
That-
state that. Listen, when I use words, Kevin, I use them very carefully. So in order to state my position, you need to quote me, not make up some other story.
Okay, tell me if
I
this is
agree with what
accurate.
Devin wrote in the chat, by the way.
Tell me if this is accurate.
Yeah.
Any community of Jews that exists within Judea and Samaria
No, I disagree
are
with that.
legitimate.
I disagree with that. There are, for example, there are no communities of Jews living in Area A. It's controlled by Palestinians. It is Jew-free. It is ethnically cleansed of Jews. There is apartheid in Area A. Jews are not allowed to live there, or they will be killed. That's Area A. There are Palestinians and Jews living in B and C.
Kevin, you're bad at fishing. You're just not good.
And both And both Palestinians, so-called Palestinians, or Palestinian Arabs, are both building homes in both of those areas and in A. And by the way, sometimes they conform to the law, residential laws, and sometimes they don't. In terms of, are you allowed to build here? Is this building legal? Does it meet building code? The same way, if somebody went to Central Park and built a house, the Parks Department and the Buildings Department and the police might say, you know what, this is not, this doesn't conform to the laws here. You can't build a thing here.
That's democracy.
Huh?
I mean, yeah, you're right. That's democracy. Government by the people. You have to be a rule of law. It's all about. It's different from being a socialist. Democracy is no one is above the law. Democracy. In socialist, for instance, in socialist, for instance, everyone is together and we can do things together, conformity with one another. The government and the people share equal funds and equal rights. But in democracy, the government has a higher hand than the citizens, telling them what to do and what not to do. So they're all different kinds of government. They're all kinds of government.
I appreciate your contribution. I did not understand one word.
Democratic socialists, they are not delusional. I don't think they're delusional.
All right, thank you for your address. That's good. That was clear.
Oh, man.
Thanks for the invite, Adam. Norman, nice to see you. So, you do talk a lot about this topic, right? Where did you get your views from? And I guess here's a quick question, just before you get into that one. You know, you identify.
Hang on, let me get into the first one so we don't have things hanging out in the ether. I get my information and views from relentless immersion in these matters because I care about the United States and I care about our values and I care about our relationship with other nations. It comes from deep, passionate care.
Awesome. That's great. Great answer. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Great answer.
Thank you.
So, well, do you know where hummus comes from? Because you didn't answer that question. You say you do things and then you don't. So that's a fact. We know that. But just answer. Do you know where hummus comes from?
I'm not sure.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then who makes the best hummus according to you?
Me.
Okay, fine, good. Okay, good answer. Thank you. Now let's get on to the important things. Okay, you don't know where hummus comes from, and you make the best hummus. We have that on the record. Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay. So, does your views have anything to do with you being, born Jewish in New York, or what do you think about that?
How would that be related?
You tell me. So you think there's no relation? There's no relation to you being.
I just don't know what's in your mind.
I'm just asking you. I
don't know.
You don't know. You've never thought about where you were born and how you were raised and how that's informing your own thoughts?
Well, it's like a fish. Does a fish think about water?
Do you think about moving to Israel? What do you think? Have you ever thought about that?
I go to Israel.
You think you might retire there, or
I'll probably,
like go on a little kibbutz or something like that, or
a little kibbutz? I'll probably
or a big one. I'm sorry,
what I
not
do
a little
now. Well, I'll probably continue to do what I do, which is go back and forth between New York and Israel and.
Oh, I didn't know you were a constant traveler to Israel.
Israel, France, Spain, Istanbul, Dubai, Singapore. Yeah.
Now, you have a preference for those, or I mean, you do a lot of traveling. Is it for work or pleasure, or what? Why are you going to Israel? Multiple reasons, or
business and pleasure?
Business and you. So, do you have a connection to the land of Israel, like since you're Jewish, or?
Well, every Jew does.
You may think that, but I don't think every Jew thinks that.
That's a fact. There's two
Whoa! That's a big claim right there.
It's a very big.
You've never met a Jew that.
Hang on. There's two reasons why.
Okay, now they're cutting me off. This is a little weird.
Yeah, I am. There's two. I want to go one topic at a time. There's two reasons why every Jew has a connection to the land of Israel. Number one is God's law. That's in the Torah. And number two, it's man's law. That's in the Israeli law. Those are the two reasons why every
okay, fine. Can I talk? Okay, what about the Canaanites? What about the people that came before the Phoenicians?
There are no more Canaanites.
How do you know that?
Because there's no more Canaan. It's gone. There are no more.
So could that happen to Israel? Is that a possibility? Could that happen to Israel?
You mean in a gazillion years from now? Who knows? I can't predict.
Tell me, you seem to know a lot about the history of it. What were the biggest events in the history of Israel? If you had to name the top three biggest events in the history of Israel.
There are no more ancient Greeks. There are no more Byzantines. There are no more Phoenicians. There are no more Canaanites. There are no more Ithacans.
Could they not resurrect? Could they resurrect? Oh, but okay, but you're given a chance. I like that. Unlikely. It is unlikely. I agree it's unlikely. But it's not.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, what are the biggest events, the top three in the history of all written record in the Torah, in the Talmud, and all that of all of Israel? Like, what are the top three things ever? Go. Just hit one of them. But go.
The reception of the Torah.
And did Moses got that on the mountain?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, then 2 and 3. Give me two more.
The formation of the temple.
Oh, baby, that's it. You're talking temple talk. I love it. Give me another one.
Thank you. And the modern state of Israel.
1960. 47? Was it 47?
48.
Oh, sorry, you're off. 48. All right, so let's talk. You brought up the temple. Norm, but I love it. I'm a big fan of the temple. Tell me about this. How many temples were there? Because there's a little dispute there. 2? Some people say 3.
No, there's no dispute.
Okay, whatever. I agree with you. I think there's only 2 main ones, but some people say 3.
There's not only 2.
What happened with the first and second temples?
Well, they were destroyed by empires.
Exactly. What do you think about the rebuilding of the third temple?
Well, that'll happen when Moshiach comes.
And you think third time's a charm?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, if you look at the track record, the last 2 times it was destroyed.
By empires.
Yeah.
And?
That's what I'm saying. You think it's going to be different the third time. Third time's a charm.
I don't know what that means, third time is the charm. That's not
it means they won't be destroyed the third time it's built. You think it's a good thing? Okay, are you for the rebuilding of the third temple? Are you for... Sorry, I want to be clear. I'll rephrase my question.
For the record, and I want to state this for the room, I'm not God, I'm not a prophet. I don't see the...
That's a weird thing to state. Do you think people really think you're God, Norm?
No, but you...
Do you think people need to know that? Do you think people need to know that?
You asked
That's really weird.
You asked me to project the future. I can't do that. Those are godly attributes.
So you're trying to show humility. I'm sorry, I mistook that.
No, I'm not trying to show humility. I'm saying I can't predict the future.
But we're talking about 2 historical events, which were the building of 2 temples, and you noted that that's like massively important in all of the history of all of Israel.
Of course.
And so I ask you this simple question: Are you for or against the rebuilding of the third temple, or you can, I guess, give some third option?
Yeah, the rest is up to him.
So that I'm going to take that as a yes. You're for it.
No, I'm for Mashiach. The rest is up to him.
Oh, snap. You trying to throw that new... What about you, Scotty? Scotty, you a local East Coast Jewish guy, too?
What am I trying to throw, Joe?
Who's... No, I think I dealt enough with you, Norma. I think I got what I got what I came for. I got what I came
You
for.
call El Normo the Great One.
You call him the Great One. The Great One. So, are you a big defender of Israel and a believer in the coming of Mashiach too, Scott?
No.
I'm a Christian and I'm a big supporter of Israel. Yes.
Oh wait, you're a Christian?
Wait. Yeah, he's a Christian, and he wants.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Don't you want the Messiah to come?
I'm dying for the Messiah to come back. I think.
Is he a Messianic Jew or is he Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm just a normal Christian.
He's a Christian minister. He's an actual ordained minister.
Well, it's a good
What do you think about the third temple,
Scott?
Scott? What do you think? You think they should rebuild the third temple? Is that good for Christian? From a minister perspective?
I'm not a dispensationalist. I'm not a dispensationalist. I'm not.
What
I
is
don't
that,
think
Scott?
that's like a group of evangelical Christians. The movement started in like the 19th century. That think that there's a complex end times formula, and that if the Jews get the temple built and a certain sort of array of things happen, like these things have to happen for Christ to come back. I don't put any. I'm not one of those kinds of Christians, but I am a strong supporter of Israel. Yes.
It's a good thing that New Jerusalem is going to be located in Independence, Missouri.
But Florida, don't they have a ton of Jerusalems all over the world?
The Ark and everything else that's there with the Ken Ham. Wow, Fabio says, in other words, I'm a cuckold because I support Israel. I support liberal democracies. I support religious freedom. I support gay rights. I support
You're sticking your neck out now.
I support nation states that support these things.
Well, who do you think's doing a better job with that, Scott? Like, is Israel doing a better job, or America, or is there another country?
I think in the region, Israel is unparalleled on those things. Unparalleled. I think it's a Western liberal democracy.
I'm not a minister, but I'm also a Christian, and I would agree with that as well.
You're a Christian, Ben? I didn't know. I thought you were Anthony Bourdain.
I'm not Anthony Bourdain. No, I'm a Christian, but I am not a minister. But I am also in favor of the nation of Israel's existence. So, I'm also in favor of liberal democracies.
But I want to have a little tiny sliver of a bone to pick with you that you say you're not going to get a straight answer out of him. I can't give a straight answer to a crooked question. So if you're asking me if I support, I don't support everything anybody does.
What I said speaks for itself, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and I'm responding to you.
Okay.
I can't give a straight answer to a crooked question. Do I believe that everything that everybody does is legitimate or legal? No, of course not. People make mistakes. People are flawed.
Do you guys think that Israel's been doing a good job overall?
Yes.
Okay, so
what?
Well, Norm just said yes.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
the GDP has quadrupled in the past 20 years or so. They afford equal rights to all people in Israel. When they wage war, they do their best to minimize civilian casualties. I think in some ways they do better than any other military has ever done in the history of militaries. So we do a good job at defending ourselves and also yet trying to maintain humanitarian standards.
Do you see a clear path forward could they wrap this up and get it over with in a couple of years, or?
Wrap what up?
Okay, so there is war and there's a lot of death and destruction going on, right? To start with that.
There's always war in the world.
What? Yeah, but
There's always war in the world. Why, that's news?
Has any of this stuff stopped your visitation to Israel where you're like, hey, maybe I'm not going to fly there?
No, definitely not. In fact, the Houthis sent me a
I don't know if I believe that one. Wow.
Totally true. The Jews just keep going.
Didn't a bunch of Jewish people leave Israel? Hasn't there been a mass exodus?
We allowed women and children to leave when we were actually getting bombed, but then a lot of men went over there to help the war effort. And a lot of women are helping the war effort too, frankly. So, for example, if you're having a wedding...
Do you think that this war was some type of divine intervention? Because you did...
Stop interrupting me. Listen to my answer, and then you can ask a question based on the answer. So if we're having a wedding or a bar mitzvah or a birthday party or an engagement and a missile comes, we'll just go downstairs and continue the party. And when I was there, for example... Say what?
Oh, I thought you were finished, but keep going. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So when I was there and the Houthis sent me a present, I was even unaware that it came, and I sort of saw it when I drove by on my way to the airport. It didn't stop me even for a minute, nor did it delay flights for even. They didn't even delay flights 15 minutes. And when I was messing around with my ticket, my luggage and everything, the people from the gate came and found me in the counter and said, "We're looking for you. Come on, get on the plane. We're holding the plane for you." And I got on the plane. It was El Al. And we took off. It wasn't even delayed 1 minute, even though the Houthis had landed a missile in an open field near Ben Gurion, like right next to.
You do seem to be rambling a bit, though.
No, I'm answering your question about.
But don't you think that was sufficient, or you need to keep going?
So you didn't believe me. You didn't believe.
No, I didn't. You don't know, dude. I'm just having a conversation. What are you talking? I didn't believe you.
You expressed skepticism, so I assume that means you didn't believe me. I mean, I'm listening.
Okay. I just wanted to move the conversation forward a little bit, and I thought.
Okay, but when you express skepticism, I'm going to provide you with facts.
Yeah, no, but also, I'm satiated. You've satiated me.
Well, I mean, not everybody has the same appetite for facts that I do.
Right, exactly. Right, no, right, yeah.
Analysis. Hard to blame you for that. All right.
Okay, I'm trying. Yeah, so I'm getting schooled. I'm learning that you think that Israel has done an excellent job so far with this conflict, and that
well, we're winning.
Now, do you feel that there's any divine intervention?
Hang on a second. Hang on. Wait, Joe. We're winning, right? Isn't that the job?
What do you mean we?
Yeah,
I thought you were an Israeli citizen.
We. I beg your pardon. I'm not.
Then who's we?
We is the Jews.
Well, the Jews isn't Israel.
Well,
and for you to say that the Jews is equivalent to Israel is exactly the kind of conflation that leads people to
Israel.
Florida, we don't want to. If we upset Norman,
I didn't say it was equivalent.
Then he'll probably get.
I'm not upset. We, the Jews, are winning. Israel's the Jewish nation.
Do you feel that there was some divine intervention, that this war was, that God was involved with this in some way?
I see God's hand in all of man's affairs. All of them.
So what about when he destroyed the first and second temples?
I see God's hand in all
like,
of
does
man's
that do you think that was justified and it was okay? And I'd love to hear the Reverend's opinion. I don't know, Reverend, is it Reverend Scott or Minister? He's a Christian. I don't know what type of Christian.
I don't argue with God.
Okay, cool. So if the third temple, because you brought up the temple, that's on the record, and I love you that you did that. I love you, Norm, that you did that.
The most significant
I love you. Thank you for bringing up the temple.
So wait, you said I brought it up. You said what was significant events?
I said the most significant events ever, and you brought up the temple. Thank you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay, but you said I brought it up as though I was something that you didn't bring up. But you
well,
did.
I mean, you could have brought up anything. I gave you an open thousands of years of history, and you brought up the temple. And I love you. Thank you so much for that.
I love you as well.
I agree with you. I agree. We are in agreement on that. Deep agreement.
But wait, what would be another contender?
I don't really care. I'm just
unfortunately, you don't care or you don't know. I think
no. I mean, no. I mean, like, I'm not the one teaching here. You're the teacher, Norm. You're the teacher.
I understand that. But what would be another contender?
For most significant Israeli.
Yes. The Battle of Masada, very significant.
No, I think the temple summit. I mean, I think the temple history is it, and I think.
Try to stop interrupting me. The Battle at Masada.
I'm not. That's a little dinky battle. That's a dinky battle.
No, the battle.
You guys think you're warriors? You think you're warriors? I mean, oh my God, come on, man.
Do I think we're warriors?
Oh snap!
I think we're
snap!
Warriors.
You are the strongest military in the world.
I never
Jewish
said that.
Military.
I never said that.
No, I was messing with you. I'm sorry.
I don't.
It was a joke. I'm sorry.
So yes, I think the War of Independence. I mentioned that, right? So we can also.
I mean, you're shifting the topic, but it's fine.
I'm not shifting the topic. The topic.
You don't want to talk about the third temple. I get it.
Wait a second. We talked about it. I'll talk about it again. You were also talking about significant events. We talked about that. That's not shifting the topic. These are things you brought up, not me.
Are you a supporter? Like, do you send funds to the third temple?
Yeah.
And how about your?
How do you
Scott,
send
what
money-
about you? Do you support the
Wait a
rebuilding of the
second,
third temple?
Joe. This is not a one-way thing. How do you send funds to something that doesn't exist?
Because they have the organizations like
Because
thirdtemple.com
they
or
have-
whatever.
Okay, so
What do
I
you mean?
ask you again. How do you send funds to something that doesn't exist?
Preparations. You're building a building. You got to get all the permits in
Who's
place. You
building
got to
the
get all
building? Wait
the.
a second. Wait, I'm confused now. I said Moshiach would build it. So you're saying, are you asking if I'm sending money to Moshiach?
I don't think you. Okay, this isn't on replay, so I can't exactly what you said. But you.
Okay.
I don't remember. You said so you think it's gonna? You're one of those Jewish people that think it's gonna just fall out of the sky, preformed, and just land there. Is that what you're saying?
I told you what I said.
You said Mashiach is gonna build it.
That's right.
So Mashiach is.
So when I say Mashiach is going to build it, does that mean fall out of the sky?
Well, a lot of your friends, your Jewish people
it's a
friends,
yes or no
think
question.
that.
Wait, it's a yes or no question.
I'm the student. You're the teacher, Norm.
I understand. So yes or no. Does Moshiach is going to build it mean falling out of the sky?
I mean, reasonably speaking, it could. Can you explain how else
It could?
Mashiach would build it?
Okay, so if I say Harvey's going to build it, does that mean it's going to fall out of the sky? Does that mean
No, that
No,
means that
Harvey
Harvey's
can't make it
gonna build
fall out of the sky, but Mashiach technically could.
According to who?
Norm,
According to some of your Jewish friends, talk to me.
What Jewish friend is that? What Jewish friend is that?
What kind of Jew are you, El Normo? El Normo, what kind of Jew are you? The bagel and lox kind? The bagel and lox kind?
What kind of goy are you?
I don't know. I mean, that's.
You don't know what you are? Okay, I'll duly noted. You don't know what you are.
I'm the student. I'm trying to learn.
Maybe
Just ask him, how is it going to get built?
Maybe I'll be just like you.
Just tell the answer. Norm, how is it going to get built if it doesn't fall out of the sky? How else?
Yeah. How do you build anything?
How will
The same way you
Mashiach build it if
anything else.
Mashiach isn't a person?
I don't know. The answer is...
All right, we
if
stumped
you have
Norm.
one-
That's a point. We won, Florida. We did stump Norm. He does not have the answer.
No, I don't have the answer, period.
Thank
I don't
you.
know what Mashiach is.
Great,
I'm
awesome,
not God and I'm
awesome.
not a prophet, as I've
All
said
right.
before. I'm not God and I'm not a prophet. And I'm not
I
even the
don't
most
think you need
knowledgeable
to
Jew.
keep restating that. That's hilarious.
Well, you asked me what Mashiach is going to do
Oh
if I'm
my
God or
God.
Mashiach.
That's funny. I'd love to hear the Reverend's opinion on this matter, as he is a trained theologian.
He is.
Reverend, please. Please.
I don't really think about the rebuilding of the temple a lot. It doesn't occupy my theological imagination a lot.
So what does?
Jesus.
I don't know. Grace, the concept of grace. I think right now I'm thinking a lot about Luther's relationship to Hegel. I think a lot about just read a really good book on Hegel and contradiction. Thinking about
Is it fair to say that you
theology.
think Luther and Hegel are going to rebuild the third temple?
Exactly. Hegel could not have rebuilt it. I don't think he knew. He knew a lot of shit, but he couldn't do what Hegel.
Aren't saying that Karl Marx is going to rebuild the third temple. Aren't you saying that? Didn't I just hear you say that?
Well, I mean, when no proposal is given for how the temple is going to get built, but rather just like the
No,
fact that
there's not.
Mashiach
Florida,
is just
go
going to
to
do it.
thirdtemple.com, man.
It's just it's not gonna fall out of the sky, Joe. One day
Okay,
we're just as mere mortals, we from our limited 3-dimensional space, we're just gonna see bricks and stones and dumpster trucks moving in place by themselves.
Wait, so Florida, you're saying there's
and we're just gonna see a
100%
temple
chance.
being
Who-
built
is that
before
your
our very
position? No,
eyes.
Florida,
And it's
there's
gonna
a
be
distinction
a
here.
wonder. It's gonna be grace.
One
It's
at a
gonna be
time, guys.
magical.
that
Mashiach
your
is gonna be
position,
doing it the entire time.
Florida? Is that your position?
No, this is my proposal that this is your position. But if it's not your position,
It's not
then
my
I just would like to reframe.
No, it's not my position, and I think it's kind of dumb to misstate my position so grossly.
How
Try to
do
get it
you
right.
suppose Mashiach is going to build the third
I
temple?
don't know.
He said he doesn't know. Norm made that clear.
I
So
don't
you just
know.
think he's going to do it, but have no proposal or
I think Norm,
expectation as
I
to
think
how
he
it's
thinks
going to be done.
it's going to get
Okay, I'll
politically
repeat what I
done.
said a moment ago. I'm neither a prophet nor God. But since
You're a fool,
the-
is what you are.
No, I'm not
You
a
can,
fool.
you
Why
can
am I a
continue
fool?
asking him the question over and over. And
Why
over
am I a
again.
fool?
Like, look, I can disagree with Norm on a lot of his positions, Florida, but he's answered your question.
Then it's a
Do you
foolish.
disagree
It's a
with me on a
foolish
lot of
claim.
positions, then?
I don't care. I don't care if it's a foolish claim. He answered your question. You keep
I don't
dodging
have a claim.
what he answered. Would you ask him how is the temple going to get rebuilt? And he said he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry guys. Can I ask El Normo in all of his wisdom and knowledge? Does he
I
know
don't have
Jesus?
wisdom and knowledge.
And again, Florida, I may agree or disagree. I'm just trying to move the conversation forward. He answered your question.
El Normo, thank you, Ben. Do you know what Jesus thinks about the third temple? What his thoughts are?
Do I know
No
what
clue.
Jesus thinks of the third temple? I'm not well
No
read.
clue. I thought he was asking me. The answer was I haven't got a clue.
Well, so
Okay.
Reverend Scott, our minister, our spiritual expert.
Maybe Jesus believes that all of Christianity is the third temple.
I don't know what I do not know what Jesus thinks of the third temple. Joe, I'm sorry.
I know a lot of people like Jesus.
Leanne said you might want to remove, quote, the great one from your profile, but you're like a comedian too, right?
Norm is the great
So
one.
was that a joke?
Norm the great one.
No, that Scott made that for me.
He's a comedian by blood.
It's meant to be self-ironic.
That was good, Florida.
Norm
Thank
is
you
my
very much.
Mark Levin.
That's good. That was cute. I like that. That was good.
Did you get it, Norm? Because you're Jewish. Us Jews, we're funny. It's just in our blood.
Hang on, who asked me that?
It's Florida. He made
I
jokes.
don't know. Florida's antagonistic. I'm not sure I accept the things that come from Florida.
Spoken from the most antagonistic man on.
Hey, I represent that remark.
So you're ranking Israel's recent, past couple years in this conflict as a 10 out of 10. You have no criticism on them whatsoever?
I never said that. Why do you...
No, I'm asking a question. So,
Okay, try again. Try again.
It sounded like you were ranking them as like they're doing a bang-up, awesome job.
Yes,
no,
it
didn't sound. No, it didn't sound that way.
Sounded like that.
What the fuck? Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ben.
It doesn't sound that
All right,
way.
so what could they improve on? What did they do wrong?
We could move quicker.
I actually do agree with that. Wholeheartedly.
So is it possible, Elmo? Like, where is the conclusion to this? Do you think it's possible in a year?
Conclusion to
Israel
what?
had just gone in and done the dirty work and gotten this thing over
Well,
with.
Gaza's done, right? Gaza's pretty much over, right?
What does that mean, Gaza's
It's
over?
not done.
I mean, it's like 80 or 90% fucking rebel,
No,
right?
Oh, I don't think so.
The
No.
only
I mean,
the
I'll
only
do a
reason
quick
it's
Google
rubble-
search.
The
I've
only
done that a couple
reason,
times.
guys, stop. The only reason it's rubble right now, and I'm sure Norm can back me up on this, is because FIFA has not laid the foundation for the new soccer fields that are going to go up all.
There you go.
I don't know a lot about soccer, although I did watch it.
Norm, I think if Israel had gone fast and broken things in the beginning after October 7th, I think they wouldn't be in the situation that you're in right now. Like
I know, but it
Hold on.
tries to be humanitarian.
Oh no, I get that. So
Like
I think people
I think they had a blank check for about 2 weeks. It does level the whole thing. But of course, we would have.
But wait, Elmer, do you dispute this? It's a Google search. It says over 80% of buildings are partially damaged or completely destroyed in Gaza.
Partially. So, I mean, what's the source?
It's just a regular Google search. Nothing. There's.
So, what's the source of the?
But I've done this many. I mean, what do you think the extent of damage has been? You appear to know more than me. You're the teacher. I'm the student. How bad did Gaza get destroyed?
I'm not going to take a lot of questions if you don't answer any of them.
Joe, respectfully, like you got to come with better sources than that, dude. It's just it's not good.
I thought that was a reason. Where do you want me to get the source from?
Where does it go? Google always has
a
a source. What's the source attached to your Google?
Correct.
Look at the end of it. At the end of it, in little type, it says what the source is.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Well, then you need to go a little deeper.
Then don't cite it as a source.
I'll try to go to Israel. I'll see what Israel says.
Well, why don't you just look at an actual source?
What website is a good website that I can use for this? This is a
Just
basic
use
question.
AI. At the end of the AI answer, you'll see a little type, and it'll tell you what the sources are. I can't believe I have to teach you how to use your phone. I'm supposed to be a boomer, although I'm not.
Be better than this, dude. I'm trying to help you out here. Like I'm trying to help you out here, right?
I just asked Claude. I logged into Claude. I asked Claude. Here it goes. How much of Gaza has been, as of most recent estimates, July 2026, scale of destruction? Gaza's even more. I'm sorry, Claude says even more. More than 90% of the Gaza Strip has been destroyed. According, well, you're not going to like the source. It does have a source.
Okay, so get a better source.
Well, let's just read what, I mean, that's the first sentence in Claude.
Get a better source.
You're saying don't read any more Claude. You're saying Claude is wrong.
No. Go deeper. Ask for more sources. Keep
Well, Claude is providing more sources.
What was the source? What was the source?
Al Jazeera.
Yeah, they're not reliable.
Now, second bullet point, about 77% of housing units have been affected, with nearly 86% of those destroyed, per the joint UN-EU World Bank damage assessment. And that source is the New Humanitarian. That sounds like a good one. Is that a bad one?
Not terrible. I think they were booby trapped is the problem. And the only way to deal with the booby... Why is that, oh my God?
Give me a good source then. Let me ask them. Who do you like,
ask
Norm?
Ask Claude what percentage of buildings in Gaza were booby trapped. See what you come up with.
And also, respectfully, Joe, if your assertion is that Gaza is a giant rubble, like a giant huge pile of rubble, it's up to you to bring your own sources to the table.
Well, I've seen the photos. I mean, the photos have come out a while ago.
Like
the drone cameras and everything, satellite imagery.
Joe,
hasn't this been out for a while, Ben?
Joe, may I ask you a question?
I guess this is too controversial. I didn't think it was controversial.
I don't think it is controversial at all. I'm telling you, you have to come with better sources than that. You can't just say.
Why can't you just support? What percentage of Gaza do you think has been destroyed? You think it's less than 80%? You think it's 70% or 60%?
Joe. I'm not the one making the assertion. You're the one making the assertion.
No, I'm asking our great one these questions. The great one has spent a lot of time and effort. He's visited the homeland.
But Joe,
I don't know you either, Ben, so I'm sorry. I don't know you.
I don't know you either.
But I do. But we do know El Norm.
But I'm trying to I want to have a factual.
I don't think I'm going to be able to meet your requirements. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, but in order to, if I was having a discussion,
I will not live up to your expectations, Ben. Sorry.
If I was a discussion on any topics on American presidential elections, what I think of Graham Plattner's withdrawal from the Maine Senate race. If I'm having a discussion of any myriad of different topics, scientific or otherwise, and you say, and you make an assertion, and I say, show me your sources, and you say, I did a Google search, in no way, shape, or form, no matter what kind of discussion I'm having, is that ever going to be enough? Like, you're going to have to say, okay, this is according to people.
Well, okay, so we went to Claude, and Norm liked the New Humanitarian, so we made progress, right? Was it not quick enough? It's not good enough for you?
That's much better.
Oh, thank you. All right, well, I appreciate it.
Better, but just don't like.
So booby traps, there's no solid, independently verified figure for this. It's a contested claim. Is that a reasonable response from Claude about the booby traps? Honestly, I never really thought.
I just looked it up, and I'm getting 40%.
So 40% is self-imposed destruction.
No, 40% is booby trapped, and then many of them are also undermined by tunnels. It's the most extensive tunnel system in human history.
Right. I don't know about that. I mean,
I do. I don't know how to get rid of tunnels except to blow them up.
According to whom? According to whom, Norm?
According to what?
According to whom?
According to
he wants sources.
What sources specifically?
So Ben, you want to know according to who is this the most extensive tunnel system in
Correct.
human history? Well, I'm going with Haviv Rettig Gur, who's a writer for Haaretz, and he's a liberal Zionist.
See, look at that, Joe. See, that's a source. See, that's how you do this shit.
Yeah, but these tunnels aren't very nice tunnels, you know.
No, you can drive a truck through them. You can drive, like, for example, there was a tunnel.
Okay, so North Korea is number one, estimated 5,000 tunnels. That's the Modern War Institute. China, the underground Great Wall.
Wait. What's the date on that? On North Korea? You don't know. Okay. So these are just newly discovered. So if you want to put China and North Korea up there with Gaza, I'll accept that. But so let's modify it to one of the greatest tunnel systems in human history. It says it rivals the British metro system. It says there's 500 kilometers of tunnels. So all this money that the whole world poured in there, and they were getting, I don't know what, $1 billion worth of aid a year from all over the world. They were pouring it all into tunnels. not creating an economy and not feeding their children. And here's the amazing thing: they didn't let a single child into the tunnels when we were bombing the enemy. Not one child. Why is that? If they care about their children,
Norm, there is a little economy. Norm.
You
Norm,
can't
there
say
is-
one child.
Norm, there
I
is
don't
an
know of
economy.
one child.
That's an extremist. Oh my God! Did you really just say that?
There
I
is
just
an
said-
economy, Norm. You sell a lot of falafels to the guy digging the tunnel, right? You get falafel trucks under the tunnel.
I mean, they do have some cafes, lovely cafes and markets, but they don't have an economy that sustains themselves. They live on aid. They live on foreign aid, which is being laundered through UNRWA, United Nations Works Agency, and then being misappropriated by Hamas. UNRWA was found to be completely infiltrated by a terror organization called Hamas, which is why we're not dealing with them anymore.
When is the IDF going to let people into, like,
Into where?
like into Gaza to look around and everything?
There have been numerous people in Gaza looking around.
Like
and they've
full
been
out,
vocal
like
about
just
it.
like when you,
Full out.
Full
Well,
out.
war right now. You don't want to get people killed, but I mean, there have been plenty of people.
Yeah. Okay. So that I didn't hear. So when do you think this is going to be over with, specifically in Gaza?
What's going to be over with?
The conflict.
Which one?
Gaza.
What do you think? What do you think is going to take for?
I'm not an expert. I'm here for
They-
El
they-
Norman's opinion.
They have to demilitarize.
What about El Trashbag?
They have to demilitarize.
Yo,
The sooner they
what's up, man?
the sooner they demilitarize, the sooner that there'll be peace, and the sooner they can rebuild.
I got my foot. No, Norma, I'm thinking. I am total agreement that one of the biggest, most important things in the history of Israel is the temple lineage. And thank you for
I
verifying
didn't say the
that. I
temple
agree with
lineage.
you. Well,
I said that-
yeah, I know. I'm just, but why? It's like we're in agreement.
You're
on
not
that,
agreeing
real.
with me if you misquote me.
I'm gonna let Trashbag take over. It's been a pleasure, guys.
It's been a pleasure, man. Did you get what you came for?
Take care, Joe. Notice how-
Where is he leaving?
Joe, did you get what
Well,
you were looking for?
I'm gonna
Joe?
bounce
Did you-
around. I mean, it's a lot. It's a heavy topic.
Joe,
I don't know
did you get
how
what
you
you
guys
came
can
for?
talk about this all day long.
Jay,
I
did
mean,
you
El
get what-
Norma's put in some hours on this thing,
I
man.
know it's
Joe,
It's
did
like
you get
wild.
what
But
you
no,
came for?
Trashbag, you take over, man. Take over. Go for it.
Joe, did you get what you came for?
Yeah, I think it was good. It was good, and I'm all jazzed up that you I gave you the open palette of like thousands of years of history, and you went right to the temple, and I think you're right.
Yes.
And you want the rebuilding of the temple, but you're going to leave that up to Mashiach.
No, I didn't say I
Mashiach.
want the rebuilding of the temple. I said I want Mashiach.
But yeah, it's in Mashiach's hands. It's in Mashiach's hands.
There's no Mashgiach. Mashgiach is a guy who's in charge of kosher. Mashiach. M-O-S-H-I-A-C-H.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So I think that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you think what's accurate?
Norm. Okay, talk to Trashbag now. You have
Norm
Trashbag.
doesn't really
Are you
like
feeling-
talking to Trashbag.
Are you feeling a little... Well, when you act stupid, I'm not very understanding. Although I learned this morning that you grew up rich, which is interesting. Did your parents cut you off? Not to bring up a sensitive topic.
I mean, I wouldn't say I grew up rich, but
Well, that's what you said.
I know, but I mean, comparatively.
You grew up rich and
everything.
now you work as an exterminator or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you? I don't want to dox you, but did you grow up around where we are?
No, I am from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So, Florida, you're a messianic type?
No, nothing of the sort.
You're not a Christian?
Negative.
Okay, so what are you?
Deist.
What's a neist? I don't know what that is.
Deist?
That's
Deist,
sort
I
of,
don't
no,
know what that
that's
is.
that's interesting because that's kind of went out of fashion a little bit in like the 19th century. I feel like, but I like that. I like
Let me just merely say, energy is God.
Wait,
God,
wait.
anytime I use the word, is merely used with a lowercase g rather than a capital G.
All right.
But is he an old, but is he an
word
old
God
school G?
Why use the word God at all? If you have to change the meaning of the word, just
Oh, I'm not changing the meaning of the word. I'm just not creating. I'm properizing it, right? I'm not attributing it to any sort of like personifiable entity that can be like simplified per se beyond human or into anything that I can actually absorb, right? Just lowercase g, God.
I want to use the word Billy from now on instead of the word God.
Yeah, Billy, why did you use a lowercase b?
Because
and I say
I'm
this,
not important.
I say this out of love for you, Billy, and out of a complete acceptance of whatever your position is.
Thank you, Norm.
You're welcome. Did I tell you the other day that you heard me, didn't you, when I came out of the subway and there were all these people and many of them seemed to barely be able to walk? I was like surrounded by a flood of people. And it's like, okay, there's like a concert got out here or something. Like, what's going on? And I walked and I just had to turn and say, okay, there seems to have been a concert. Who was it? You know what the answer was, Billy?
What?
Bob Dylan.
What do you know? I've heard of him.
It was just such a moment, man. It was all, and I said, so did he, sing with his back to you and not talk? And he said, well, he didn't talk at all, but he performed the songs. I mean, they seemed a little disappointed. It's more like you've just been near a legend.
He's not the man he used to be, but at 84, who is?
Yeah.
I got 84. I saw Bob Dylan live.
Robert
Zimmerman.
I saw him a couple times.
Remember when Bob Dylan absolutely butchered Purple Rain?
No.
No,
I'm sorry, not Purple Rain. All Along the Watchtower. He butchered it.
Wait, that's his. What do you mean he butchered it? It's his song.
Yeah, no, he butchered it.
He told me he wrote a song about me when he was in my living room.
How can you butcher something that's yours?
Oh, because when you hear his version and then hear the Jimi Hendrix version.
Well, Jimi Hendrix version is great, but what's your point?
Bob Dylan butchered it. He should have just never. He should have just handed it over to Jimmy from the beginning.
No.
But all
he did it his way.
It's not his song. It's not Hendrix.
No, he's not Frank Sinatra. He didn't do it.
He did do it his way. He wrote it and he did it.
He butchered it.
I'm not. Well, no, he didn't butcher it. He just did it a different way.
Yeah, but his version is shit.
It's not shit. It's just different.
It's shit.
It's not shit. It's a good song.
His version is complete dog shit.
A lot of unnuanced opinions floating around here, Norm. Not a lot
really?
of
I mean, look, you like Bob Dylan, you don't like Bob Dylan.
Florida, what is your general opinion of Bob Dylan? Is it positive or negative?
Negative, because I can say it's mostly negative, like because I do have a bias. Like I just generally don't like that folksy blues type music to begin with.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, but the All Along the Watchtower is actually a shit song. The Bob Dylan version.
No, it's not a shit song. You might not like his rendition of his own song, but I think it's good. I mean, you might not get it. Look, you can say you don't like it, put it that way. And you're entitled to say that. I mean, Jimi Hendrix is so different. There's room in the world for both versions of All Along the Watchtower. Now, I recently heard
There's not.
Yeah, there is. And I
guess
recently
maybe.
heard what he had to say. I recently heard what he had to say about Jimi Hendrix's version, and he rhapsodized about it. He was so enthusiastic about Jimi. He was so enthusiastic about Jimi Hendrix's genius.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically wrote like a poem about how great Jimi Hendrix was.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, Bob Dylan wrote the very rough sketch of that song for Jimi Hendrix to go in, clean it up, finish it, and make it sound like a quality song. Thank God we got rid of it.
So I have 2 albums worth of the original Bob Dylan. Where Dylan basically.
Norm left. What's going on, Billy? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said I have 2 albums worth of original Bob writing. In other words, he creates the song, and I have those sheets. He types it out, and then he makes changes in pencil and pen.
You know what's funny is I don't actually care for that much Bob Dylan, but I love people who I've loved the covers of his songs.
Yeah, because he's a shit artist, but he maybe wrote good. He maybe wrote decent songs.
I thought that he was an incredible writer. And there's some of his stuff that I actually like, but he's an incredible songwriter who, quite frankly, I prefer I prefer the covers of his songs.
He's not even a good singer.
Ever listen to Don't Think Twice, It's All Right? It's a phenomenal song. Beautiful song. Beautifully written song.
No.
I haven't.
Actually, I don't think I have. I might have.
Fair enough.
I've heard a lot more music than sometimes I think I have. What is the name of this one?
Don't Think Twice, It's All Right.
There's so many gorgeous songs. Ben, I have to just in a friendly way, because I have a friendly feeling about our relationship.
Sure.
What don't you like about the way that I argue?
I think honestly, I think it's
tutorial.
Sorry. I'll let you wrap up, and then I'll answer your question. What was your answer to my question? Were you going to answer my question?
I gave you a multiple. I'm giving you some multiple choice here. I said, what don't you like about the way I argue?
I would prefer not to answer. I would prefer to give you an answer as opposed to taking multiple choice. Can I just answer your question,
well,
do I have to do multiple choice? Can I just choose the option?
You can respond any way you like once I'm done. For example, is it too prosecutorial?
I thought you were giving me multiple choice. Do I have other options? You said you were going to give me multiple choice answers. So you just gave me one response.
Is it too prosecutorial? Is it too antagonistic? Is it too aggressive? Or none of the above you want to say it in your own way, which you have every right to do?
None of the above I want to say it my own way, which is what I was trying to do anyways, but you interrupted me to give me...
I understand that. I hope you can live with that.
Yes, I think I'll figure out a way to manage. I think what it comes down to, I think it's a cultural thing. You're a Jew from New York, and I am a not Jew from Maine, and so I think that there's some. We argue different. So I honestly think I think it's a style. Yes, I do.
Okay.
When I'm in a room with you and I see the way that you argue, again, I tend to agree with a large percentage of the positions that you argue on Clubhouse, at least the ones that I've heard. But I very much disagree with the way that you present them. Okay. And again, you and I both come to a lot of the same conclusions. I'm like, damn, he's butchering the way I would have argued this. So it's just it comes down to the execution of the. We're both coming to a lot of the same conclusions.
That's why a baseball team has many different players, and then many of them play with different styles.
Sure.
And I'm proud to play on the same team as you. No gay, no Diddy here, by the way.
No, I get you. I would have. Yeah, it's the same with like football as well. It's like you can have a run first offense or a pass first offense. I don't really give a shit as long as you win. So.
What I was going to say is that
you can invest in pitching or hitting. I would prefer the Red Sox. You might prefer, I don't know, a New York team. So.
Did you ever see the film Moneyball?
You know what's funny is I just was talking to somebody about that the other day. I still have never seen that, even though
Dude, you have to see it and put it at the top of your list. You have to. Because if you're thinking, and you said you like sports, right?
Yeah, big sports guy, definitely. Yeah, big sports.
Okay. We can hold a room about it. I'll even watch it again.
Soccer, baseball, football, basketball.
Well, FIFA this year, Ben, practically saved my life. Ben.
A little bit of tennis, a little bit of golf. You name it, I'll probably at least have a conversation about it. There are sports that I'm not as good at, but I can, generally speaking, at least have a precursory knowledge of those. A lot of professional sports.
So, Ben, FIFA this year saved my life. Because it got my mind off of the war and the Jews and anti-Semitism and all that stuff. And I just got heavily into watching this game that I did not understand very well.
Well, my Liverpool was about to drive me to the depths of despair, but they fired Arne Slot and picked up Areola, and hopefully they'll do better this year. So they have their second preseason match today. Actually at Yankee Stadium. They're actually holding a soccer match at Yankee Stadium between Wrexham, which is owned by Rob McElhenney or whatever the guy's name is, and who's the other one that was dead cool? They went out to England and bought Wrexham, and they're playing tonight a preseason game against my Liverpool Reds. So it should be entertaining. So I almost got tickets to it, but I was like, man, do I really want to go? It's a haul for me to get down to New York. So
are you saying you drive all the way to New York to watch a soccer game?
Would I? The decision was made not to.
But you would.
Again, the decision was made not to.
I understand what the decision was made, but it sounds like you were considering it, which means that you might have done.
I considered it, yes. But
Okay,
the price of tickets and the price of parking and all that kind of stuff, I was like, this is not worth it for me to go to.
How much are the tickets?
I forgot. They're not cheap. So even though it's preseason, it's still
they're not cheap.
For
like $20, $30, $40
to get a decent seat. If I'm going to Yankee Stadium to watch Liverpool play, then I'm gonna get good seats. So I don't know. I'll check stuff up to see how much.
Well, let's say you were taking the subway to the Bronx, and you just wanted to do it for the experience. I mean, I guess I could find this out myself. But what I'm trying to get at here is that I would get
I said, please. What are you getting at?
What I'm trying to get at here is if you and I made this decision, I'd get some tickets and go see a soccer game just to do it, and maybe I'd bring some people with us. That's what
so in order to get a decent seat, you're looking at 150 plus.
Well, I might spend that, or I might not care if it's a decent seat or not. I might just have some fun. I bet it's going to be empty anyway.
Oh no, it's not going to be empty. Again, Liverpool doesn't come to the United States very often, so yeah, they're playing a couple of preseason games here, and I assume that it would be very, very good fun. It's just it was very much too much.
I went to see a very marginal.
The cost ratio was not what I would rather save my money than just fly to England and go watch them play in Anfield. So,
well, I went to see Boreham. I think it's called Boreham Green. Boreham Wood.
I don't know. Nothing.
I went to see, I guess, a minor.
I'm getting a call. I will talk to you all later.
Okay. Billy, I find people who put up with me interesting. The fact that anybody would put up with me, I find interesting. But I bet you feel the same way, Billy, about people who put up with you. Well, a lot of guys have come by for the Norm Show, and I appreciate you all. I do have some other stuff to do. Joe, I don't know if you want to come up and explain where you were coming from about the Third Temple and important things that have happened in Israeli history. Good. Good. So what's up here, man? Where are you coming from with this?
No, you know, because this is an important.
No, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Well, you know that it's one of the most important things in all of. You're the one who said it, not me.
No, I didn't say that. You misheard me.
You said the building of the. Okay, I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I thought we could come to an agreement on that, but I'll restate what you said.
An agreement
more accurately. I'm sorry. You want to pick bones here. You want to nitpick.
No, I'm not picking bones. I want to be.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me restate and let me see if I got it right, just so I can prove to you that I was listening.
No, I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is why are you interested in this? Why are you interested in
well, because it affects this does affect everyone that believes in the I mean I think it's a big issue. I think actually it cuts to the core.
It affects everyone who believes in the issue. I don't think it does.
No. If the religions, like I'm surprised the theologian, he said he thinks Hegel than this or whatever, but he didn't have a strong opinion on it or whatever.
Temple? The third temple is sort of it's a supernatural event. So we're dealing with.
Well, but no, it's more than that. Are you saying it's just that? Like you're claiming it's just that?
Well, why are you putting words in my mouth?
Well, you just started off with it's a supernatural. You think it's first and foremost. You want to use the word supernatural?
Yes, because
I disagree. Disagree.
Okay, I'm not sure what you know about it, but it's the coming of Mashiach is a supernatural event.
Okay, yes, I agree with that, but I don't think that's the primary.
The third temple comes after Mashiach. In case you didn't know.
Oh wait, no. What are you? We're moving on to something else now?
No, we're right on the subject of the third temple. It comes after Moshiach. So after the supernatural coming of the Moshiach comes the third temple. No Moshiach, no third temple. Supernatural event. Mashiach.
Oh wait, no. I bet you don't think that's that doesn't have to. You don't think they could build it now and maybe
Who's
there's
they? I just said.
There's people. They're lined up. They're lined up to build it.
I don't know who's lined up to build it, but
look online. Do a little. I mean,
why would I want to go online for something that I don't believe?
You mean okay? Have you visited the Temple Mount? I've been to Israel a bunch of times.
I have been to the Western Wall. We don't go up on the Temple Mount.
But you can if you want to. So
maybe
it's not that important to you.
I think I'm not pure enough. No, it's because I don't think I'm pure enough.
So you have. Is that humility? Is that where you're like?
What?
Did your rabbi tell you that, or you on that on your own? Or
yes, my rabbi did tell me that.
He said, Norm, not yet. But did he give you a time, like maybe if you do enough mitzvahs, like you'll be pure enough, or was he like never, never, don't go there?
Absolutely not. No, I made it very simple. Somebody offered to take me up. I called my rabbi. I said, should I go? He said, don't go. I said, I won't go. End of story.
Maybe you should ask him again and see what he says. He might have a different take.
No, I know my rabbi pretty well. We're pretty close. So why are you so interested in the third temple, though?
I think everyone should be interested in it because I think it cuts to the core of a lot of this drama.
It doesn't. Because we're talking about the supernatural.
Well, that's your opinion, Norm. That's your opinion.
No, that's a fact. What cuts to the core of the drama is the survival of the state of Israel.
Oh my God, a fact. A fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Who declares it a fact? Who declared it a fact? Besides you.
Reality declares it a fact.
Don't you need a group of people to do that?
No. Reality exists independent of people. So if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, it still fell. And if Moshiach is a supernatural event, then that precedes the building of the third temple. So before the building of the third temple comes a great theological, religious, spiritual, supernatural event.
Can I take us on a tangent and do a little time traveling about the previous temples that were built? Because I think there's.
Why are you interested in the third temple?
Well, history's good.
Why do you think?
No.
I'm not talking about.
I'm interested in history. I'm interested in history.
Hang on. I want to know about Joe. What do you think about the third temple?
Oh, it's scary. It's scary, I think. I don't know. You know what? It's not my job to think about, but it is your job, Norm.
It's not my
job. You're connected
either
to this temple, Norm.
It's not my job.
You're waiting. You're yearning for Mashiach to come back so you can be in the third temple, right? I mean, come on.
No, I'm yearning for Mashiach.
maybe you are. Maybe there's a chance. For me, I'm like, I don't know. I don't. You know, I heard about it. I'm like, damn, they want to do this third temple.
So you asked a lot about it. What's your interest in it?
I think anyone that's going to look into this third temple thing is going to be like.
What is Joe's interest in it? Joe, why do you care about it? What is Joe's
I just answered. What did I just say? What did I just say?
Help you out.
Can you? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
I want to help you out. Take a breath. You brought something up. You probably have thoughts and feelings about it. What are the thoughts and feelings?
I think, like you said earlier, it is a massive part of Jewish history.
I never said that. I never ever said that, earlier or later.
Okay. All right. Wow. Well, when I asked you, name three things that come to your mind.
That's the second time you screwed that up. So I'm wondering why you keep.
Okay, let me see if I just screw this the second time I screw. Okay, let me see if I screw it up this time. I asked you what are three of the most important events ever in the history of all Israel or Judaism for thousands of years, and you brought up one of the things. You brought up a war.
I brought up three things. I brought up the Torah. I brought up the building of the first and second temples, and I brought up the modern state of Israel.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Now, can I speak now? Yes.
Now you're focused only on one of those things.
No, I'm not. That's why I know. What the Norm? I just said let's go back to the first and second temples. Let's talk about them.
Wait. Why did you?
Let's go back. You brought up those two temples. Let's talk about them. Which one did you?
Hang on, Joe.
Norm, you're fucking gaslighting me here. Come on.
No, sir. Of those three things, why are you only fixated on one of them?
I'm happy to be fixated on the first or the second one if that makes you feel better.
Let's talk about
pick one. We can move off the third temple. Let's go to the first.
Excellent. Let's go to the receiving of the Torah. What do you think?
No. I didn't talk about the Torah.
Yeah. I talked about it. So three important events.
I don't want to talk about the Torah.
It's okay.
I don't want to talk about the Torah.
You should.
I want to talk about the temple. You don't like the third temple. Let's talk about
the most important.
You want to talk about the Babylonians or the Romans?
The most
Babylonians or.
Slow down.
Norm, you're very manipulative. You're very manipulative.
No, I'm not, sir. No, sir.
Norman.
Slow down, Joseph.
You're very manipulative, Norman.
The most important event in Jewish history.
Norman.
Mount Sinai. Joseph. So, what are your feelings about the giving of the Torah to the Jewish people on Mount Sinai? How do you feel about it? Most important.
It seems like a good. I guess it's not my thing, man. I'm not really connected to it, but it doesn't. I'm not opposed to it. Sounds all right.
None of this is your thing. So
no. But it is because it's like it is a little bit. I mean, it's Western civilization and whatnot.
Are you a Christian?
Norman, that's a personal question. Why are we talking about me, Norman? Why are we talking about me? Look, Norman, come on. What are you doing here? Here's your welcome, Kyle.
I'm talking to a guy who's being a little bit
dude. Norman and I got on a great.
Are you a Christian? Yes or no?
Norman keeps muting me, and he keeps telling me like he wants to guide me into some.
No.
He keeps muting me and he keeps guiding me. Norman brought me back up because he wants to know my interest in the.
Hear your thoughts.
I said I don't need to talk about the third temple. We can talk about the first or the second temple. That's fine. And then now he wants to talk about the Torah and Moses on the mountain.
No, I want to.
I will say it is wild that there hasn't been that much conversation about the third temple on this app.
What is there to say?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter right now. I would say that.
Sure, it does. You said it's wild that we haven't talked about it.
It matters.
What did we say about it? No, it matters to you. You brought it up. And I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
No, Norm, you brought it.
How you steer.
No, I never brought up the third temple.
This is how you steer the conversation and.
Well, you said that it's amazing that they're.
Very much. Well, yeah, that was the comment that I shared, and that's all that I.
Norm, I don't need to talk about the third temple. We can talk about the first or the second temple. I'm happy. I think they're very important events for Jewish. You as a Jewish person can teach me about that because you're much more educated on it.
But I think that's why he asked about the Christianity question, right? And you're you're free not to have to answer about your religious beliefs. But it is interesting, the topic that you brought up has to do with religious beliefs. So it's kind of hard not answering that question and carrying on with the conversation. I would say that both of you have a great depth of intellectual ability and knowledge. And if you two actually like played nice in conversation, you could have a conversation that so many people would listen to. But if you keep on going back and forth like little children, then people aren't really going to want to listen.
Accurate, but also I think Norman did a great job today of confirming about the history of Israel and what's important.
Yeah, giving of the Torah, the building of the temple, and the foundation of the modern Israel. Yes, I can't call you that. That's a dumb name.
You could say my friend.
No, I don't like it.
You can call me Zach Ruda.
Okay, Zach. So what's up, Zach?
Nothing. I just don't know what you expect to achieve by talking to this person here.
Well, what do you know about him?
Schwarzer here.
What do you know about him?
Nothing. I just know that he hates Jews for no reason.
Oh my God, Norm! What?
Oh my goodness!
Ridiculous! This is ridiculous.
They're ridiculous. Norman, what are you doing, Norman?
That's ridiculous.
Norman,
Ridiculous.
what are you doing, Norman?
That's ridiculous.
So how did you know that he hates Jews?
What was that other thing?
Yeah, how do you know that?
I'll tell you what it is. Apartheid, genocide, gay pride. That's your favorite thing that I ever said. Zach. Are you there?
I'm here.
I lost you. Okay, no, you went out for a sec. I move around a lot while I'm doing, and my signal sometimes wanes. So you can say, what's the other thing that I said? And I was telling you that it's apartheid, genocide, gay pride is your favorite thing.
Oh, right. No, and when you say Balfour Declaration.
Balfour Declaration, gay pride, genocide, apartheid.
So Norman, this is one of your friends on here? My friend? This is one of your friends, and you take his...
Very loosely, very...
But how credible is he, Norman, according to you? You think his claims are accurate that I'm anti-Semitic, that he knows me? This trash bag picture here?
I may have the picture of a trash bag, but that doesn't mean I'm...
How far back do you guys go? Like, how far back do you guys go?
I would say 5 years.
Zach, why is he... What evidence do you have that he's an anti-Semite?
No evidence. I mean, I'm facetious, but I think that no. But I think let me answer the question too fully. I think that at this point, the people who don't understand the conflict between Israel and Palestine have some sort of personal bias that might be subconsciously motivating their decision making.
And that doesn't go the other way around.
Conscious or unconscious?
Well, let me tell you this, which you might think is interesting.
Wait, Zach, before you answer that. The other way around would be people who do understand it have no bias. That's what the other way around would be.
Which would be you, El Normo, the great one.
Well, I don't.
You are the great one.
Stop calling me.
Can I tell you guys something that neither of you know?
But it's a joke, by the way.
I don't even know if Norm knows.
Are you jealous, Joe, that nobody calls you the great one?
Norm, you're fucking dude. I'm just. Oh my God.
Joe, would you feel better if we called you? It would be better if we called you the inefficient one or the inadequate one. Would you like that? I can try.
Let Trash Bag go. Let's hear from Trash Bag.
No, I want to hear what kind of nickname.
Trash Bag's your longtime friend. This is your longtime friend. I want to get to know your friends, Norm. I want to get to know your friends.
How about the inadequate one?
He's a longtime friend of yours. The Trash Bag.
I'm already widely known as the inadequate one.
Okay, so I'd have to be second in line.
Well, we call you the insufficient one.
I'm fine. Whatever. Norm.
What?
So Norm said that overall Israel's doing a great job overall. Very excellent military with low, very, very caring and sensitive of killing people.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I've got a question for Joe.
Yes. Apartheid, genocide, Balfour Declaration.
Balfour Declaration. Joe.
Balfour Declaration.
Joe.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I
know that's fun. That's a fun one. Joe, what do you think the goal is of the Palestinians? What is their goal?
Kill the Jews.
Now, I didn't ask you, Norman.
I know. Oh, me.
Norm, it's not your turn right now.
Me. I know.
Joe,
Kill the Jews.
the question is for Joe. The question remains for Joe. Should you choose to accept?
I reject the form of the question.
Well, what do you mean? What's
Zach,
wrong
it's like
with that
this.
question?
Zach, isn't it fair to say that, Joe, you believe that the point of the Palestinians is to kill the Jews? Didn't you just say that, Joe?
What?
That's how you have to add.
Joe, the correct answer is.
I'll take certain advice from you, Norm, but not that one.
Joe.
No, Joe.
The correct.
I'm not giving it to you. I'm giving it to Zach.
I'll give you the answer, Joe. The correct answer is peace and justice and statehood. That's the correct answer.
Wait, that's the goal of the Palestinians, so-called Palestinians?
Well, from his perspective, if you...
No, he doesn't believe that. He doesn't give a shit what they believe in. He just wants to hate Jews. He doesn't care about what the Palestinians want.
Who wants to hate Jews?
Look, if you don't want to play my game, then we're not going to play.
You, Joe the schmuck.
I'm honorary Jew. I am blessed by the Jews, and I'm an honorary Jew.
You're an honorary.
I am an honorary Jew.
Can I?
And I'm part of the Noahide covenant. I'm part of the Noahide covenant.
Can I just ask you
So respect my insufficiency.
Joe, you
respect my insufficiency.
You're part of the Noahide covenant. You misheard when they told you. It's the Noahide covenant.
The Noahide.
Yes.
Can I ask you, Joe? Can I ask you what you think? What do you think the Palestinians were trying to achieve on October 7th?
I reject the form of the question.
What? What's wrong with this question?
It's a bullshit question.
No, it's not.
Well, can you rephrase?
Anyway, I'm not the one on trial here. You guys are. Like you and El Normo. You started. You guys are both doing a lot of stuff.
I didn't realize you're putting us on trial.
Why are the Jews on trial? Why am I on trial? What did I do? What am I being tried for?
Well, is Nettie going to be on trial? Are they going to put Nettie on trial?
Who?
Netanyahu?
Yeah, Nettie.
What is he going to go on trial for?
I thought the genocide and all that. Aren't they trying to do that?
What do you mean? Wait. What?
Genocide. The ICC is being dismantled. The chief prosecutor has been thrown out for sex crimes. It's over.
I like the Italian girl's doing a great job. I forget.
Albanese?
Yeah, Albanese. She's doing a great job. The Paisano.
You're an Italian anti-Semite?
Joe, how long has this genocide... What's the longest genocide in the history of humanity?
Wow.
I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I guess a lot of Jewish people have to be the themselves or something. I don't know.
Who's the world's slowest ejaculator ever? The man who
Normal, your friend is a little. I mean, I know he has trash on his protein, but he is a little trashy. You gotta admit it. He's not only insufficient and ineffective, but he is a trash. Where did you come up with that PTR?
He's not my
friend. In a literal trash bag. That's interesting.
Dude, look at his name. He's your friend.
Is that? I can answer that question.
No. But seriously, my friend, where did you? Yeah, tell us about your PTR trash bag.
Yeah, I told you he was your friend. At least you admitted that much, Joe.
I started going by your friend the trash bag for two reasons. First of all, because I think it's funny when people, especially Middle Easterners, when they say, my friend, excuse me, my friend, shukran, ofwan, my friend. And I think it's funny when people on Clubhouse say, my friend. And now when people refer to me, when they don't know me, they have to say, listen, my friend, or whoever the fuck you are. And I find that hilarious. And it's my friend the trash bag because people treat me like trash. And people treat everybody like trash on this fucking app. People just shit all over each other.
It's not true. It's not true, my friend. It's not true, my friend.
Well, that's my opinion.
It is your opinion, but it's not true. It's not reality, as Norm likes to say. It's not reality.
It's also a Rorschach test. Because if you don't like me, you can call me trash bag.
Does Norm treat you like trash? Does Norm treat you like trash?
Wait, wasn't Rorschach in Welcome Back, Kotter, my friend?
No, I don't know. It's a dated reference. I'm only 38.
Why don't you invite some more people up from the audience, El Normo? Because you won't have a conversation with me. So just go and invite. You bring your trash friend in here, and then your trash friend is calling me an anti-Semite, which is ridiculous. And then you're just thinking.
I asked you a question.
Bring some more people up. Bring some more people up.
I asked you your question, and you were afraid to answer because you're a coward.
You're a scaredy cat.
I asked the question.
You're a scaredy
too.
cat, Norman.
No, you
wait
are.
a minute. I asked
No,
the
you
question
are.
too.
No,
I
you
asked
are.
No, you are.
Children.
No, your whole
children,
generation
children.
is.
Oh, damn, you going back lineage style?
Excuse me. I know you
Oh,
are.
damn,
but-
El Normo's going back generational now. He amped it up.
Mrs.
See, El
Johnson.
Normo escalates. He's an
That's right.
escalator.
Hello.
He's escalating.
Hello.
I only go in one direction.
Excuse me.
All right, the trash bag wants to talk.
Excuse me. Wait a minute. I asked you a very serious question.
I reject the form of the question. I reject the form of the question.
Understand.
Ask a better question. Ask a better question.
Can you stop shouting at me so I can tell you
I reject the form of your questions. They're too
Can I tell
simplistic.
you
They
something?
give
Let me
they
tell you
it's
something.
shitty
Let me tell
shitty
you
question,
something.
shitty answer. Get me a better
Let me
one.
tell you something. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I don't even understand what you mean when you say that you reject the form of my question.
I think it's a shitty question. Do you understand
Can you
that?
elaborate?
I think it's a
don't.
shitty question. It's
What
too
is
simplistic.
shitty about it?
Embedded within the question is a lot of shit in there.
What do you
Just
think
get
the
to make it a
goal-
better question.
What do
El
you think
Normo
the
will help you
goal-
out.
What do you think the goal of the Allied powers in 1944? What was that?
Win the war. Win the war. And
All
so
right,
I would apply that to
why is
Palisades. They
that?
want to, well, I mean, yeah, no, I got it. They're I don't know.
Oh, I got
a
you.
lot of
Yeah,
people
I
are
got
like,
it. I got it. Norm, I got him. He said win the war. Norm, I got him. Did you see that? He said win the war.
I'm going to stick up for my, this is my
Win the
philo-Semitism
war.
shining brightly. My philo-Semitism, you brought it out.
Guys,
So,
guys,
according to...
I'm going to end the room in about 3 seconds. You ready? I'm ending the room because I'm bored and I want to go into a different room.
Wait, why don't you just make
That's
me
very
the mod?
rude to your friend's trash bag.
Yeah, just
El
make
Normo.
me the mod.
about the number of people who have been killed, but the number of people, many of them are killed because they followed our government's advice to go to the streets and protest, and people were extrajudicially by the thousands, tens of thousands. How many tens of thousands, people argue, it doesn't really matter. They are killed for simply expressing, demanding redress from their own government.